Hi, everyone, and welcome to Book Club with Bae. I am Bae, and this is Bae. Say hi, Bae.
Hi, Bae.
And this is other Bae. Say hi.
Hi, happy birthday, TJ!
Thank you.
Yay!
And today we are talking about the Dysasters by PC and Kristen Cast.
Our favorite author.
The Dysasters.
What's it actually called?
The Dysasters. It's called that. Look at it.
Why do they so? Okay, really though, can we discuss why they spell it with a Y when in the
It's called the
book
Dysasters.
they spell it with an
What's
I?
it supposed to be?
The Disasters.
That's pants on
But
head.
The Dysasters. Did you guys hear that?
They don't make various colored clothing. That's what my person just said because it's Dysasters.
you know what made me really upset though when I realized why it's called this? Because that says superhero team name.
I know it's so fucking stupid.
Why do you read this?
Why do you read this? That's what he was asking me the entire time. He's like, you guys can read good books. I'm like, no, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for bad books.
No, we have a
do
good
good
book
books.
week and a bad book week. But we read bad book week because it's more fun for them. And hi, check, thank you. And so
This is just what we do.
this is what we do. And you know what? We read all of the House of Night books because we were like, we read them when we were young and they were bad when we were young. We should see what it's about. And then now we're just so deep into it.
I hope you're
I'm not, but we're so deep into it that, sometimes you're just so deep that you can't get out. So that's where we at. Too deep. So ratings. You said it was Wuhan bat soup.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say it's like mainlining hydrochloric acid.
Okay, what was yours? Vegan cauliflower buffalo wings.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Then mine that I was thinking of was rotten milk.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Honestly, I don't. Actually, I got a perfect idea. Thank you, Hell's Kitchen, for this. So in the punishments, they get milkshakes, right? And they look like chocolate milkshakes. And they tell you that there is one chocolate milkshake in amongst all of them. And the rest are like made from like
I've
fish
seen that.
eyes and all that blended stuff. And you're hoping for the chocolate milkshake and you get the fish eye milkshake instead.
Yeah.
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 Because I had hopes. You guys
Agree.
know I had hopes.
I didn't. I was expecting this.
I gave them the benefit. I tried to give them the benefit of the doubt.
I
Like,
was
maybe
expecting
they
this.
learned something.
I was
Like, maybe they
expecting
learned
House of
something.
Night Season 2 quality, and we got House of Night Season 2 quality.
And also, because this is House of Night adjacent, I think everybody agrees we do not stand.
We do not stand.
We do not.
Yes, we
no.
have to give both kinds of ratings. There's no
Is that
single
what you
part
said?
that I was like,
It's
we
not a vibe.
stand. We fucking don't stand.
We fucking
how we
don't
feel.
stand. Yeah, the no glasses
Okay.
stream. Yes, we're all
Yes,
conforming.
check. I
So,
conformed. I
yeah.
conformed.
I guess we're gonna
We're all
start
about
off
conformity.
with As We Always Doomsed.
Oh, God, characters.
Can I help you?
What?
As We Always Doomsed. With characters. So, Foster is a fucking sociopath.
She is. You know how we said Jude was a psychopath?
Yes.
We were lying.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Foster is a
Jude.
psychopath.
Jude. She's fine.
Jude's fine compared to Foster.
And honestly, Zoe's fine. Like Zoe's likable compared to Foster. Okay.
Zoe at least has like minute redeeming qualities. Minute.
Yes.
Foster has. Like, the only thing I could say in defense of Foster was Tate introduced himself as Tate Nighthawk Taylor, and I would treat any person who introduced themselves that way a bit badly too.
What was the thing?
Well, but then she was just
Oh,
a
we'll get to
fucking raging bitch the entire time until she was
But
like,
then
you know
she's
what? He's hot. I want to make out with him.
But then when he's like, I don't know what's worse, being a public school kid or being a raging bitch like you. She's like,
I I know. I was like, zinger, buddy.
I was like, damn. But then also, like you said, I was like, I don't know if we're supposed to agree with him, but I agree with him. I think we're supposed to agree with her, though. I think we're supposed to be offended by that. But
we
she's
are
a raging bitch.
We are totally supposed to think that Tate is a giant misogynist, just like we were supposed to think that Eric was a giant misogynist because he wanted monogamy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because
That bitch indeed.
I forgot about so many things. But yeah, that's right. Because Eric is a complete piece of shit. Because Eric wanted Zoe not to cheat on him, and then he was I know, right? How dare he?
How dare
he?
Monogamy.
That made him bad.
That made him a bad. That made him the bad. And then they were like, but we redeemed him. We listened to an interview where PC motherfucking Cass was like, but we redeemed him, so it's okay.
But then
She is
in season 2 as well, they're like, wow, Eric's willing to commit to you. Wow, he's changed. And we're like, no, the whole point of Eric's problems was he wanted to commit.
Yeah. And Zoe was like, no, but I want to fuck everything that moves.
Right? He just said, what'd you say exactly? She
wouldn't be his beta cuck.
He
wouldn't be her beta
He wouldn't be her beta cuck. Like cuckold.
Yeah.
And she wanted him to be the perfect beta cuckold. Like Stark was when they first met. And he was like, yeah,
because Stark was like, look,
anything.
Stark was like, look, Zoe, if you want to fuck Heath, you can fuck Heath. And then Heath died, came back, and then he was like, okay, maybe would you mind not fucking Heath? And she was like, I don't know.
She was like, you fucking
about that.
Piece of shit.
She was like, he's got like a, what? I've never seen his penis. But I've been thinking about it since 3rd grade.
Dance, guys. He knows this. He may not be Heath, but he knows the Piscetti dance.
Okay, so then there's Tate Nighthawk Taylor,
who
was honestly not like.
Wait. I think this is the perfect time to introduce the first of our illustrations.
Oh, okay. Hang on,
yes.
Let me pull it up. Okay. Sorry, I'm blind as hell, guys. So like when I get really close,
I've got the audio, like the ebook open as well. So if you end up going too blind, I can bring stuff up as well.
Application window, share. That's what they look like.
So for reference,
he just leaned into the screen and went, "What the fuck?" when I showed him the illustration for the characters.
So this is an 8-year-old high school quarterback.
I see what you mean.
The way he came in was perfect.
I look, the worse it gets.
Yes, exactly.
I know, right?
When Addie first sent this, I said he looks like Frankenstein's monster if Frankenstein could like stitch without scars.
Yes, agree.
Have you seen all those memes about British girls like with the super like light weird lip makeup and like super thick eyebrows and light eyes?
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
That's what she would look like if she was in color.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Also, she's definitely blown like the whole basketball team. Like I know we don't slut shame here, but she definitely did.
we absolutely do slut shame. Like listen to
she definitely did that.
Well,
yes. There we go.
I have strong opinions about
that. So anyway, so Tate Nighthawk Taylor is a misogynistic douche nozzle. Apparently, we're told. Does he do anything that backs that up? No.
TJ, he hands her a carton of eggs. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
you're right. Does. You're right. I'm wrong.
Even though
wrong.
He's done
you're right.
He's done most of the cooking. Like he does 98% of it, and then one time he's like, "Hey, would you mind cooking the eggs?" And she's like,
"That would be like you calling me a misogynist."
Yes. Yeah. He does all the cooking, and I like if he handed me a carton of eggs, and I was just like, "No, you fucking misogynist."
It's very unreasonable, is what we're saying. Also, the casts have, I mean, we've discussed this in House of Night, but the casts have some hardcore damage. Not
my
sure
God.
what their damage is, but it's some damage.
Well, we know
and,
what PC cast damage is because we read Nefret's Curse.
Yeah. But they have
No,
some
she
damage.
got rape-a-doodled.
That's Kristen's.
Trigger warning rape.
That's Kristen's, right?
Oh,
No,
that was PC.
No, that was PC.
No, their last name is Cast. So the Casts.
Oh, I thought you said a cat got raped.
No, a cat didn't get raped.
I mean, wasn't it that book? I wouldn't fucking put it past the authors.
Cats are made.
Yeah, really.
Just how they do that.
Like, supremely unpleasant still.
So
Who else? We had G-Paw,
we have G-Paw.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yes.
which I actually liked. I liked the grandfather. Like, he was fine.
Look, men, we were prepared for G-Paw because we went through how many books? Like 20 books of Gma. So this book we got a G-Paw.
Who called?
We were
trying to-
prepared.
Who
They're
calls
trying
her?
to
Who
use.
calls
Who
their
actually
grandparents
does that?
like their grandparents like G-Paw?
Does he have autism?
Um,
What it sounds like.
no, but there is a horse that looks pretty messed up in one of these illustrations.
Oh, yeah, it was Return of the Persians.
Do you have that illustration?
Yes, I know.
Can you
Yes,
please
I
show
do.
it?
Horse? Is that what you said?
Apparently-
Yeah, a horse.
Apparently,
Where is
this is just a happy, normal horse.
Ah, ha, ha.
A happy, normal horse.
But G-Paw's like, he's fine.
Yeah, G-Paw's fine. I was expecting Grandma Redbird round two.
I freaking call bullshit though on the 79-year-old getting beaten the fuck up and then able to run a marathon.
I mean, yeah, like
That's not. It's the eye. Like if you cover
There's a-
I legit
that's an alien.
when Addie sent this, because I hadn't got it up to this thing yet, I was like,
It's for sure.
is this horse meant to have Down syndrome? And it doesn't.
It's
a
for
big
sure.
happy normal
Actually.
horse.
is it?
Yeah, because I mean, tell her to go back to the. Go to the horse, zoom out.
Can you go to the horse's face?
Because like if you cover the eyes, like that's actually a normal horse face. But what made it weird is they put the horse's eyes on front instead of on the sides.
Yeah,
Like a real horse.
Yeah.
it's a predatory horse. is
It
what
looks
it is.
like
It's predatory.
It's predatory,
You
not
know.
like a
it
gazoo.
Like
looks
it-
like the donkey from Pinocchio. That's what it reminds me of, the donkey from Pinocchio.
I also can't get over this.
I don't know what show.
But Pinocchio.
Oh, I forgot about those. Yeah, the animated one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty bad.
What other Pinocchio is there?
No, there's live action Pinocchios. There's like about 20 of them.
No, can do it again. Now she can see you.
No, she's not.
Okay.
You mean
What?
the live action Pinocchio?
Oh god. Oh, there is a reference to Tate being an onion, and I wrote down that's for Shrek, not your fucking
that?
trash novel.
Is he an ogre?
Yeah,
That's what I said.
Yes, the pop culture references are back,
I mean-
everybody. Although I will say this time they went for more timeless ones, but that means that they just started ruining things. Like you can touch Glee and Project Runway,
It's never.
you know,
over.
it's kind
You
of
can't touch the OG Star Wars.
yeah.
What'd they do?
They used it the
They
entire time.
they brought Star Wars and Motown into this, is what they did.
Yeah, they brought in like older music. Oh my god, can we talk about the singing for a fucking moment?
Oh my god, I know.
Okay, I
Okay, wait,
I-
no, but we
I'm
do we
really-
need to
Wait.
like get the characters so we can talk about the
Okay.
actual
Okay.
book.
Okay,
one
yes,
thing
yes,
told
you're
me
right.
that I was willing to forgive the first singing scene, but not the subsequent ones.
No, not the 50 others.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know they had books that were also musicals.
Well, the cast try, and it's horrifying.
It brought me right back to Jack's death. When he
I'm
sang
gonna
Defying
do-
Gravity.
I should have freaking timestamped the first singing scene so you like Addie could appreciate.
Did you timestamp the other ones?
I've sent you I sent you a text for the second singing scene, which is like the first like ultimately retarded one.
Wait, where did you send that?
In our text, I think it was like 5 hours 53 minutes ish. But I'm gonna find the Rock and Robin one because I think that was the worst in terms of the narrator because that had the most.
Did
lyrics.
she actually sing?
No, and that's what made it so awful. That's why you need to hear it.
Okay. So we have the
Yeah, the narrator's terrible.
I don't
We
want to
have-
say their name. The collective. Because
I am
that's
so
blasphemy.
triggered. I'm so fucking triggered. I'm so triggered. I'm so upset.
The Disasters?
No, the core four.
He had to lean in so close.
Hey, Addie, we're suing for defamation. Can you fucking not? Thank you. No,
We are
I need your
suing for
shoulder like in a very
defamation.
specific
It's
position.
really uncomfortable.
Well, then switch with me. Okay, then
It's fine.
then fucking quit complaining. Okay. I'm suing for defamation. Stop.
I'm gonna mute myself for a minute so I can find this thing.
Okay.
Okay.
We're suing for defamation, right?
Yeah, right. Because we have publicly said that like our four, like, you know, Dex, Claire, Aiden, and Naomi are our core four. We've said that. We
It's written
even
in the
use
book.
it in BTOOA.
Well, we use it unofficially. Well, we use it we use
We
it in the
use it officially in the preface.
we use it in the preface, so it's not in dialogue or anything dumb like that. It's just
But-
us talking to you.
It's official. And they fucking used it for the stupidest bad guys I've ever met in my life.
I have so many words about so many things. Like, oh my
So-
god.
We have Eve, Matthew, Mark, and Luke.
And Stuart,
And John.
Well, Stuart's their dad.
but no
He's
John.
everyone's dad.
Where the fuck is John?
What?
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John?
Oh,
It's a Bible reference. It's a fucking Bible reference because
I
Eve.
get it.
I didn't get that.
I,
we
I,
had to
just,
have a girl be the leader.
I just need to cut in for a second. I am legit amazing. My first like skim through, trying to like be like, this looks like it could be around the right area. Very beginning of the scene.
Ella, good job.
Okay. But yeah,
Um,
no, the Bible Squad were pretty bad guys.
But yeah, they were called the Fucktastic Four by the end of it, which I think is the stupidest. It's
I honestly, I'm also a little bit.
yeah, you were
name
gone
isn't
when that
John.
happened.
I think
You
the
were
dad's
working.
name should have been John.
The dad's name should have been John, but his name's fucking Rick. His name's Rick Stewart, who he is their quote unquote father. He's
Okay.
also Foster's adopted father, and he's like a fertility
Eve's
doctor.
biological father as well,
He's biological father, yes.
but none of her brothers know that he is actually her
Yeah.
actual father.
Even though it's
Also-
revealed that she's the spitting image of Cora, who
Yeah.
Cora is Rick's like ex-wife, essentially.
Yeah, and yeah, so Foster's adoptive mother. She
Yes,
died
Foster's.
at the beginning.
Yes.
The lyric, really
but-
quick, Soul of the Dragon. The lyrics are like real songs, so they brought real
Yeah.
songs into this.
Yeah,
There is a
real
poem.
songs they brought in is Rock and Robin, freaking Feeling Good, Luck Be a Lady, and something else. There was another one, and I can't remember what it
The
was.
Michael Bublé song.
Yeah.
That was Feeling Good.
Oh, that was.
Maybe there was only the three then. I don't know.
I think there was only 3,
But it was bad.
but they were so bad. I didn't even read the last one. The one on the plane. I didn't even read it. I was like, I'm not
well,
dealing
like
with
the
this.
plane's going down, and they jump up in the aisle and start singing Michael Bublé, and everyone on the plane is like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
His look right now. Just you missed the best parts while you're at work today. How does this go anywhere? It doesn't. That's the answer.
Yeah, but I also like how they tried to cover afterwards. He was like, "Look, if we were gonna die, we might as well have gone out with a bang." That's how he covered for why they got up and started singing Michael Bublé.
Okay. Can we talk about the lore for a second? Because
Okay.
so you know how J-Paw was like, "Oh, I found out how they're doing that. How they infused your how they made you guys connected with the elements. They injected O2 into your fucking genetic code."
Yes, he injected O2 into their genetic code when they were still pre-zygote.
Yeah, like right in the first. I told him
That
that
was
last
out
night, and
there.
he said that makes no fucking sense. What the fuck are you talking about?
Do they not?
Yep, and then the water ones.
No, they do not into science. They do not into science at
But
all.
they are college educated.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Yep, and the water
Or was it,
ones
like,
that we also meet in this book, they were injected with H2O when they were
Yes.
still in that stage. So, like, he literally got a syringe and put water into
Do you know what?
Congratulations, you
pudding
killed
cells.
You know what though? If you're gonna have like this be the thing, just have them like not. Just don't
Understand.
explain.
Explain it.
Just be like
Yeah.
they altered the thing and then don't explain it.
Yeah, like he could have just said like he's altered.
Idiot.
Yeah, he should have just said he's altered you on a molecular level. I don't understand the science of it because I am but a high school biology teacher who has retired.
Yeah.
Yeah, G-Pod's a high school biology teacher who's like, oh, clearly they just injected O2 into you.
Like, and he even says as well, like, I wish I had completed my doctorate. So he didn't even finish grad school. So
I don't understand the logic behind any of this book.
GMO stands for genetic munchy oxygen.
It's
I wish the mic on my other AirPod was like working just a little bit so that way your comedy could come through.
What?
make
could
him
be.
sit on the other. Make him sit on the other side of you, just off.
He's playing games on his computer.
You're just
Well, then he needs to yell.
still hear me. I don't
Then you
know.
need to yell. Oh,
Okay.
You guys still hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. They can hear me. It's good. We're all good.
yep, you're heard. You
Oh,
are
you can't.
heard here. This is a safe space.
Sorry.
Oh, speaking of safe spaces.
Oh God.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so in the acknowledgements of the book as well, acknowledgements.
Honorable
They
mention.
legit went out and
Honorable
found
mentions.
because one of the characters as well who we haven't discussed yet is trans. So they went and got
Oh
trans
yeah,
consultant.
I didn't tell you that.
Like, I guess, makes sense if you're going to write about such a sensitive topic. You might want to get an
It would
expert.
be like the first time in forever or in ever that they seem to show any kind of giving a shit about inclusion of diversity and
Let's
Yeah,
just be happy
but
that any
then-
black person was not portrayed like Cramisha.
Yeah, like they're actually doctors and shit.
Yeah, like they're
But they followed
evil
up-
doctors, but doctors
Any-
nonetheless.
Any mistakes made with Charlotte are all mine. PC.
one of the reviews, because I was trying to read him reviews last night for the book, and one of them was like, "This book is transphobic as shit." Also,
Is it actually?
Is it actually
I don't-
transphobic?
I
don't-
didn't read the full review.
I mean, I didn't read I don't know. From me, I don't
It
know
seemed
what.
fine.
Yeah, it seemed fine to me. I don't know what the issues might have been.
I just hated the scene where she went to the gas station
We'll talk
in
about
South
that.
Carolina. Yeah, that pissed me off so much.
Yeah, no, I have so many words about that.
This
written
book
down.
is Pumpkin-phobic. This book
Yeah,
is
this book is
redneck-phobic.
If there's
Southern
anything
phobic.
that's not like
elite.
LA,
As
like,
left wing as you
Oh,
can get.
yeah.
But
Like if you are not uber left wing,
Yes.
this is against you.
Unfortunately.
no, but like
Towards
towards the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, towards the beginning, she goes into a Quickie Mart And the guy is nothing but nice. She's like, hi, where do I find the bandages? And he's like, up the back. And she's like, okay. I tried to smile, but a disgusted grimace is all I can give to a bumpkin.
Yeah.
I think
And I'm like,
it's-
that's really rude. And the whole book is also like, public school is shit.
That made me
Oh
so
my
angry.
God.
it's very elitist.
Because
It's
there's
very
smart
elitist.
people in public school and there's dumb people in private school. It doesn't matter where you're educated. You're gonna have
Yeah.
smart people. You're gonna have stupid people.
But also, it depends on, like, as far as
Yep.
what I understand about the US school system as well, it also, like, in, like, the quality of the public school is also inherently based on your zip code.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Like mine was a hell of a lot better. Like, because I live in a different county from her.
Yeah. So
Like-
like you go into public.
Yeah.
my
yeah.
high school was like nationally high ranked, and it's a public school. But she had to go to a private school to get a decent education.
Yeah.
We got a pretty good education from our school.
Yeah, we did. And we live in, you know where I live.
No, I'm saying like to,
Yeah.
to even get something worth a shit, you had to go to
Can you hear me
a
when I
private
ask?
school. God, I'm getting old.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you didn't know that. Okay.
I didn't open it. So I was throwing it around. Where'd I put the bottle opener?
BR.
Huh?
BR. Do
What?
you need a bottle opener?
Yeah.
She drinking?
Yes,
don't
she's
know.
drinking.
Am I
might-
allowed to be
I might-
drinking?
Yeah, I might go and get a
Yes.
soda soon.
All I
I
have is
thought we were-
vodka.
I thought we were
Okay.
drinking.
Yeah, do we want Hershey out of my
Did you bring
bottle
it up?
or
I did.
All right. I can
I
still
did-
hear and talk. I'm just moving to get the vodka.
I'm not sitting on it.
And I'm getting another Coke. Do I have any more in here? I do.
Huzzah!
Thank you.
Yeah, so we didn't go into the last two characters with, well, we kind of went into one.
Fucking disgusting.
There's Charlotte, who is trans.
Yes.
Charlotte was
It's
more-
ma'am.
This is a safe space. Please stop.
And what's the other guy's name?
Bastien.
Oh my gosh, who randomly was French for no reason. Like, this is the first time we met him. He was not French at all. And then he was suddenly uber French.
No.
Yeah.
For no reason.
One's French like
Just
Bastien,
because he's
no.
from Louisiana. I'm like, my dad worked in Louisiana for years. There's not Frenchies down there, really.
No, but I think didn't he live elsewhere though for like a good chunk of his childhood or something?
I don't think that was said.
Wait, no, there was something mentioned. I'm gonna find it. Okay.
This is what I have. Wait, where? This is
An
it.
entire bottle of shitty vodka.
It's mid-range vodka. Thank you. No, there is shitty vodka.
Try
Plastic
Burnett's.
jug.
Fucking horrible.
Burnett's. Oh god. I remember drinking Burnett's.
I just found the Rock and Robin scene in the ebook. Ugh.
I hear you furiously clicking.
I'm trying to find where him and Doc chatty chat.
Why? Why it do?
Communist.
Oh, also, I just came across this bit of dialogue. I'm gonna bring it up now because I'll forget. So Bastion has a mate named Dickie, and he's like, didn't know that all he
No.
had to do was get you in front of a beautiful piece to get the words to roll right out of you. And Bastion's like, she wasn't some piece, she was an angel. An angel.
Angers.
No, it was pronounced Ange in the audio book.
As people who really like Die For Me, the series, which is set in Paris, speaking for you, TJ,
Hey,
that is an insult.
Mange.
Mange.
Like, what the hell?
Okay.
Why
Oh, no, no.
manager?
My bad. No, it was in Louisiana. He was from I don't know how to say this, so I don't give a fuck. Acadiana. 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 That place, which is in French Louisiana. So I
Could be
don't.
better.
Um,
My dad did not work in French Louisiana, so can't speak for them.
and I think he has Cajun origins.
Yes, yes, he does. You can especially tell with his portraits. Actually, I think I have one of Charlotte and him. No, that's oh god, that one's so bad though. No, that's
It's definitely French. Thanks, lady. She got me sugar-free instead of 0.
I'm sorry.
hang on, let me find. Charlotte's point of view.
I am going to go and get a cider. Do we want the Trump mug to come out?
Oh yes, we want the
yes,
Trump
bring
mug.
the Trump mug.
Okay, I'll be back.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to come see Mara's Trump mug.
Mara's Trump mug is great.
No,
You will like it.
are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, it's great.
It's fabulous.
We like it.
I probably won't. Then.
Oh yes, here we go. All right.
Sir.
It's ma'am.
There, I have. That's Charlotte and Bastien.
Why is Bastien 50?
Why are his teeth 12 miles long? Like, can you zoom in on their faces, Ashley?
I can't. It's iBooks. Hang on. Let me take a screenshot of it, and then I can zoom in on that.
Thank you.
He is saying that Bastien is a predatory horse. That's why his teeth are that long.
Oh, okay. That's probably accurate, honestly.
Okay, hang
he's
on.
a
Let me.
He's a were predatory horse.
A were predatory horse?
Yeah, like a werewolf.
werehorse?
Yeah, werehorse.
A
but like
werehorse.
predatory one.
A werehorse.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. Okay, there you go. Oh yes.
amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, his teeth are 12 miles long. He looks like he took half of her teeth, like the bottom half of her teeth, and glued them onto the bottoms of his teeth.
Does he
Also,
have
what?
Is he doing?
Also, his teeth, like his like palate, his top palate.
There you go.
It goes in like this instead of being straight down or even like it's like this. All his teeth curve inward like a
So
shark.
like,
And then yeah,
Like a
here's
shack.
her.
Like a shack.
Oh wait, I didn't. These hit. It's. it. Oh god.
Why does it look
I
like
think
he
it's
has
a gap
5
between his fingers.
Everyone has 5 fingers.
No, I mean, it looks like these are 5.
Can you
A little-
count?
Yeah, it looks like he has
I know I
another
can
finger that's
count.
normal right here.
Like there should be another finger right there under her
Yeah.
hair, but that's not a thumb. So he just walks around like
Okay.
this.
No, because thumbs are not fingers.
Ma'am.
They're all fingers and thumbs are digits, but thumbs are not fingers.
Yeah,
It looks like he has 5 fingers.
Rectangles and squares, I know.
This is just—it's so pixeled, but my god, these illustrations are so dumb, and I can't with them.
I live for them.
They were one of the best parts. Okay.
Hey,
As usual,
have a
we're
cool
half an hour
beard.
in, and we haven't even started.
Oh,
Chuck
About
says you
the
have a
plot.
cool beard.
thank you, Chuck. I don't know who you are, but thank you.
We like Chuck. He's a nice guy.
Yes, we love Czech.
We can stand Chuck.
It's the result of quarantine.
See, you grew yours. Mine did a gross thing to his face.
Oh no, see, I always have a beard, and this is just because my trimmer broke. Yeah.
I
But I
see.
bought a new one yesterday, so
That's good.
she won't have to
Hey,
deal with it much longer.
I know that you've probably also screenshotted this one, but let's just bring it up now.
Yes, I did.
Can you zoom in, please?
I don't think I can.
No,
oh no!
iBooks, so you
He
can't.
looks like he's perfectly evolved to like suction cup
Look at
onto the inside of a fish tank.
Look at those lips.
Just and he just lives there. Eating
Also,
algae.
that does not look at all like Foster hair.
No.
No.
No, she's bitchy, but not nearly bitchy enough.
Just why does he have such big lips?
I don't. That's the question I was asking the entire time.
Did you-
Why
did you
does
just use the word
everyone have
perfect?
giant lips?
It looks like he's about ready to dislocate his jaw and swallow her whole.
No.
Oh yeah. He's like, all right, here we go. Like
What
he's
is
like, no. See, the first panel, he's ready to go. The second panel, she has clearly turned around and realized what's about to happen. So he's like, I can't do it anymore.
Next time you die,
I can't do it if you're looking
come
at
look
me.
at this.
Why are your lips so big? What do you suck dick with?
I can't do it when I have an audience.
Yeah, these illustrations are really something.
So, Trump mug.
Yeah, I saw it.
It's amazing. They've even like given him his mole. Like you can't really see it, but his mole is there.
You know, we had them all. Like a Maryland-
I think when I bought this, it was the most fitting week for me to buy it because that was when we read about making Tulsa strong again.
That's right, because you brought it out for House of Night too. Oh god.
Indeed. So,
Okay.
in one
Are
of
there
the House
characters
of
we're
Night
missing?
books, one of the evil people is running for governor or mayor of Tulsa. Excuse me.
It was Aphrodite's mom.
Governor
wasn't
of the principality.
Yeah,
of
Aphrodite's
Tulsa.
mom.
Yeah,
and
so
Aphrodite's mom is evil because she sees her husband get murdered by a vampire, and she's like, "Hey, these guys are kind of like can be brutal."
yeah,
it? We should
so
get rid of them.
Aphrodite's mom, her
Like
slogan-
actual Aphrodite or like some weird book Aphrodite?
Some chick named Aphrodite.
No, we like Aphrodite.
We do?
Yes, we do. We
Yeah.
like Aphrodite.
She's the only
Yeah. Oh no.
redeeming
Oh no.
character.
She's the only. She's,
Aphrodite's the only redeeming character in that book.
Aphrodite is us.
yes, because she hates everyone
That's fair.
in the series.
And so Aphrodite's mom, her slogan is "Make Tulsa Strong Again."
I can appreciate that.
No, because it's supposed to be evil,
Back when the great Tulsa Empire ruled the Western
and she's
United States.
horrible.
Yeah,
Like she's genuinely horrible.
she is the book analog of Donald Trump.
Yeah, and they paint her in just the most beautiful light. Because
Yeah.
we all know PC and Kristen Cast are avid Trump supporters.
Yeah,
And they don't tweet defamating things about him ever.
Nope, not a once. They also don't like change their minds about things like repeatedly. Like how many times was the word retard in like the first 3 books by Stevie Ray, and then Stevie Ray goes apeshit at Aphrodite like 5 books.
Yeah, Aphrodite.
later.
yeah. And she's
Which
like,
in
"How
book
dare
time
you
is like
use
a
the R
word.
word? How could
I
you?"
want you to go to the rword.com.
Rword.com. They have a website? I'm so proud of them.
Wait, I actually have never been to that. Let's
She-
get this show up.
Retard.com?
She's
No,
going.
it doesn't exist anymore.
We can say we we can say it, I think.
Respectively disabled.
Jesus Christ. Is there anyone we missed?
No, I think we can start now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's start. So the Dysasters.
Chapter 1.
They first things first. They pronounced Dysasters wrong.
Yeah, right?
They said it disasters. I don't know what that was about.
It's
any
still
case-
okay. They spell it right in the text. Why is it spelled wrong in the fucking title?
What if
Maybe-
it was a typo? Addie. What if it was
Maybe
a
the
typo?
editor misedited. Wait, they didn't have an editor. What am I saying? Never mind.
No, they do not have.
How
an
many
editor.
times did I say, isn't that something an editor should catch?
Yes, you said it a lot.
Honestly,
The editing
Be
process.
grateful it was this book.
How are
about
these
last
published?
night. This book had far less errors in it than House of
Than
Night.
House of Night. It
That
did.
is true.
That's appalling.
Isn't it?
I've lost my juice. Hang on. I'm gonna stop Cam while I find it.
Lost the juice.
Lost the
I
juice.
lost my juice. Where's my juice?
Oh, that
this narrator is the worst thing ever.
Did you listen
What
to
other
her voice
book
when she's
did-
actually talking?
Yes, I did. And it does
You
not
don't
sound
know.
like the horror that she puts us
Like-
through while she's narrating. And so I
Like,
don't
you
know why
can-
she doesn't just talk like that.
Yeah, like you can hear that it's the same person, but it's a completely different voice. And it's not just for this book. Like I've listened to other audiobooks. Like this is how she talks in the Divergent audiobooks too.
Mhm.
It's actually kind of less annoying in the Divergent ones because like it actually suits Triss's character.
Wait,
So,
Divergent. Divergent, like the ones they made the movies out of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She does those narrations?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, people pay
So
her.
she's
for
like
this.
she's like
She's
fairly
got
well
over
known.
100. She's got over 100 audiobooks under her belt.
That's
she does the
embarrassing
Twilight
for the
novella
low
too.
quality of her narration. I mean, I'm not exactly saying I could do better, but goddamn.
Is
You're
the
trying,
quality?
though. That's
How's
the
the actual
difference.
like audio quality though?
Well, the audio quality is like fine.
But
Fine.
her voice is
Her
garbage.
voice is
It's kind of
fucking
like how
terrible.
Justine Era has like 100 audiobooks and you're like, fucking whose dick did you suck?
Probably everyone's.
You guys sucked someone's dick. That's the only way. Because it's not because everybody was like, your voice is so good. Nobody said that to you.
Justine Error.
Nobody said that to Justine Era.
Is that how she says her name?
Oh yeah, she's like, it's like deity, but just
Fucking appalling.
Can y'all
by
say
Jennifer
that
L.
in her voice?
Armentrout. Narrated by
She just talks that way, like
narrated by Justine.
No,
Can y'all
that's what
say
it actually calls.
Agape moo in her voice, please.
Agape Moo.
what?
Agape Moo.
What are you saying?
Isn't that like her pet name for someone in that book?
No, that's what
That's what Aiden calls her.
Yes.
Yeah.
It means my love. And then in the spin-off series
In what? Repo?
great.
In Greek.
And then
Yeah.
And then in the spinoff, it's a Psyche Moo.
Wait, so it changes?
No, it's a different
that means
character,
my soul.
which means my
Yeah, that-
soul. And then,
I
and then,
hate literally everyone.
and then in another book written by Jennifer L. Armentrout, narrated by Justine Eyre, we get Kitten.
Oh, that's the same book.
Kitten.
Kitten.
Can you end me?
Oh, no. The same one as a Guppy Moo is Cuddle Bunny.
Oh yeah, got the bunny. Because it's in an accent. She does an accent for it.
God, I hate this one. But this isn't even the
Okay.
same narrator we're talking about, is it?
No.
Not.
God.
This is how book club goes. You should know this by now, dude. It's just tangents. Okay. So
Look, okay.
we're with Foster in chapter 1.
Yes, we are with Foster
Just
in
like
chapter
House of
one.
Night, we're in at least 10 different people's perspectives.
You know what? No, because here's
That bugged the
what,
fuck out of me.
here's
House
what
of Night, at least we got a chance to know people before they did this to us.
right? I was going to say House of Night lubed us up first.
It had the good courtesy to give you a reach around while it fucked you.
Mm-hmm.
Tender loving indeed. So we start out the book by flopping down on a stained mattress, and that's just a great place to start. It's just a wonderful. Oh God, both of y'all are muted. Okay, this is a wonderful.
I'm
place to
here.
start.
I'm here.
Thank you. I was like, oh God.
You're like, oh no.
I was like, I'm like Mara. I can't just read off myself. How do I say things?
I don't know how to life alone.
So we're in a bumfuck town in Missouri, and she keeps saying it as misery because PC and Kristen Cast hate any state that is red.
Well, they also hate any place that isn't either coastal or just a
Tulsa.
city.
Or Tulsa.
Yeah.
Unless it's Tulsa. In which case-
Yeah, they live
Yeah.
in Oklahoma, by the way.
No. They're from Oklahoma and they now live in Portland,
Where is this
Oh, do
lady
they? I
actually
didn't
from?
know.
She's from
which
Tulsa.
is why this book is set in Portland.
Of course, this book is set in Portland because they live there, because they can't write books about places that they're not living.
Yeah, but I will say as well, it took me a while to catch on that they were in. Is it How is it actually pronounced? Missouri?
Missouri.
Missouri.
Yeah.
That's
took me a while to catch
Missouri
that.
for like some people, but Missouri for us.
Well, some people from Missouri call it misery as a joke, but I feel like that's
Yeah.
something you probably
Or
shouldn't say if you're not from there.
yeah, or they
That's
pronounce
like
like Missouri.
Yeah, there are some other Southerners who call it Missouri just because of their accent.
Yeah, and it took me a while to catch though where they actually were, because the narrator says it as misery. So it's like it's not misery, it's misery. And I'm like, they're the same word. I don't understand what it's happening.
Hot. One of the people in chat said Portland. This explains everything.
Yes, but
We were having a discussion the other day on how Portland should just
not
meet.
Portland, Maine. It's not Portland. It's Portland.
But then
Oregon,
this bitch.
Yeah, wait, yeah, which
I've
Portland?
never heard of Portland, Maine.
I have.
I looked it up. It has a population of 66,000 people, and I'm like, no one thought you were talking about Portland, Maine.
Well, Portland. I mean,
But a single
just to
person.
play devil's advocate, real quick. Portland, Maine is like a big tourist.
It's a
town.
fair-sized city.
Oh,
It's a very big tourist city in Maine, and then also right after that, Foster the bitch face is like, who would even ever want to go to Maine? Literally everyone.
Twat.
Literally everyone.
very
Well,
pretty.
Foster
More
is
to
also
hear.
like, if we're not on the West Coast, then what is life?
Okay. Yeah.
Like every time,
Life is fine. You're
Yeah,
gonna
like-
be fine. Also,
like when-
you can pay for things.
Yeah, a gallon of milk isn't $18.
Eating is guilt-free.
people.
Eating is guilt free. So we get some like exposition on the background. She's traveling with Cora, who's her not revealed yet that it's her adoptive mother. We get backstory on Rick as well. Some
Yeah,
very
but-
minuscule.
But I will
Also,
say,
it's established that Cora and Rick adopt her at age 5.
Yes.
Sorry, what?
this is a book. I hate to say it, but this is a book that needed a fucking prologue.
Yeah. But okay.
Because it's just explained to you in sentences, like just in
Yeah.
the narration. They're just like, here are
Are you
things
joining
that we could have told you in ways that were interesting, but we're just going to tell you in the plain sentences, and that's it. And you're like, okay.
Yeah, the prologue should have been either when Foster was 5 and her bio parents did it dead and she got adopted, or when Rick / Stuart / whatever we're calling him in any given scene, when he does
Right.
it dead.
Yeah.
The prologue should have been one of those 2 scenes.
Okay, I love conformity, but my eyes hurt. I need to
That's
No,
okay.
you're fine. Unconform. We give you permission.
hang on. I have to
Yeah.
clean them first.
But also, just I need to do a little bit. I did this rant to you guys a little bit, but okay. Foster was adopted at age 5. She still refers to both of her adopted parents. Well, she calls her adoptive mother Cora and her adoptive father Dr. Rick.
Yeah.
Not Rick, Dr. Rick.
Like a normal person.
Yes.
And
Like a normal person.
Like, hello, my fellow humans. How are you today?
She's a test
Going
tube
out in
baby.
Cedar Rapids.
like, and I don't know if people know this, right? But most adopted kids, even when they're adopted in their teens, they generally refer to their adoptive parents as their parents and their biological parents as their biological parents.
Right.
Yes. Like it's a very distinct.
Even if
They-
they don't use, even
make
if they might not
the-
necessarily call their adoptive parents mom and dad.
They still think of them as my mom and dad.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's my source? My mom was adopted. Done. Like she like never once in her life has she referred to her mother as her adoptive mother.
Like people usually refer to someone as like it's like my adoptive mother when
To clarify.
when you still or to clarify, or if you're still like with your parents and somebody else is also like a mother figure to you, like if it's your best friend's mom or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she's like my adoptive mother. Like Addie and I always call each other's
Yeah.
parents like fake mom and dad.
Second, yeah, or like fake mom, fake dad, or
Yeah.
like second mom, second dad.
Yeah, basically. So it's like in that situation, yeah, because we both know
But these
like,
people raised
for
her.
anything to happen, we can both go to each other's parents. Like that's a thing.
Yeah.
So there's that, but that's the other situation where you would say, oh, it's like my adoptive mom or like my adoptive dad.
Yeah, it's like adopted kids don't think, especially again when they're adopted so young, they don't think of their adoptive parents the way that Foster thinks of her adoptive parents.
Cora seems like a babysitter.
Oh, also,
Yeah.
Cora, when there was an interview and they were like,
Oh yes.
who would be your cast if this was movied? And they were like, well, obviously for Cora it would be Viola Davis, and for Dr. Rick Stewart it would be Morpheus.
Like they could
And
even
I'm like,
get
why
them.
would you bring them into this?
Right.
But also, what makes you think that either of them would touch this with a 10-foot pole?
They wouldn't. There's no way.
Like, I don't see, I can't remember his actual name, but the guy who plays Morpheus, I don't see him being down playing a guy who is like,
Like Morpheus.
his daughter's,
Mine's
like,
fifteen.
who is addicted to his daughter's crystal juice.
It was so
That
fucking
was
weird,
weird.
dude.
That was
That
a
was
weird
weird.
scene.
That was a weird scene, wasn't it? You heard that, right?
Yeah, just rocks. God.
Yeah, she like grows like Eve like grows amethysts for some reason, and he is addicted to amethysts.
I want to think of him picking up like a bunch of gravel in a parking lot and just rubbing it on his face.
Now, did anybody successfully align their chakras?
Did you just say about
No.
chakras?
Yes.
Yeah, if anyone properly aligned their chakras
Nothing about those crystals.
for messing with all the crystals. Oh god. So it's her 18th birthday. It's Foster's
Yes.
18th birthday, and she's bitter about being in bumfuck Missouri. And so she's throwing a little bitch fit.
I will say, though, I am totally Team Foster on the, why do I have to go to a football game on my birthday?
Yeah.
Why do you think?
Yeah, and Cora's like, all right, we have to go to a football game because the guy that we've been looking for all this time is here. And she's like, oh my god, what's his name? And Cora's like, I'm not telling you because suspense, I guess.
Yep, and Cora calls her my little
And Cora's
strawberry
from, which is weird.
because she's a redhead, I guess.
Yes, so Foster's Ginge. Meaning she has no soul, which is very evident.
Yes.
And we talk about tornadoes for a long time because Foster's flipping her shit, like, oh my god, we get tornado. And Cora's like, I grew up here. Are you kidding me? Like, there's like, we're fine. We're out of tornado season. And I'm like, okay, this is the shittiest foreshadowing I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, also,
Awesome.
also though, the reason why Foster is losing his shit over tornadoes is because it is literally like tornado watch weather. I even Googled tornado watch weather. It is that. So also the whole football scene wouldn't have happened the way it did.
No, they
Because
wouldn't have had a football game.
Tornadoes. Yeah, people who live in tornado areas
Oh.
with the warning signs of tornadoes, and they would have gone, oh look, we have all the pre-warning signs of tornadoes.
We're canceling tonight's game.
Yes.
But
so especially with how the tornadoes were actually conjured, they were like, you know, like magically conjured and shit. So there shouldn't have been pre-tornado weather. It should have been like a clear night and then boom, tornadoes. But
yeah, that would have been a lot cooler. Because even like the scenes that were supposed to be cool in this book just sucked. Like I was just like, this is all stupid. Everything's stupid. And then the pop culture references come out.
oh god, the freaking Yoda talk or the attempt.
The sad attempt to she's like, my Jedi mind trick. So yeah, Foster can like essentially, it's a good way to describe it as Jedi mind trick people. But I hate the fact that she called it that. She should have said, oh, I can influence minds.
Well, not just that, but it was also like, I still don't know how you know about my Jedi mind trick. And she's like, there's no such thing as Jedis. And then Foster's like, direct quote, no such thing as Jedis. Broken my heart you have. Ruining my childhood fantasies you are.
Oh no.
And then Cora pursed her
yeah.
lips. Strange you are. Dorky you shall always be.
I hate it. Thanks, I hate it. I was so upset.
The pop culture references were more often, I think, than House of Night even was.
Yes.
Like there was at least like 10 every chapter.
But
feel
I
like.
will say though, it was really weird though not having like a single new thing be referenced.
Yeah, it was all older stuff.
Which
So it's hard to place when this is happening.
Yeah, if you ever want to artificially age or date your piece of literature, insert outdated meme.
Also,
But also, like, what I wrote about that was that, like, controlling the weather is not a Jedi mind trick, you absolute tree stump.
Well, she
Yeah.
can actually do mind influencing, as we see with the guy with the clerk at the.
yeah, I don't know how what the mind influencing ties into. She
Yeah,
can
me
control
neither.
air.
I guess we'll find out in the next book or the book after that. How long is this series supposed to be?
I don't know. I'll see if there's any hint on Goodreads. Give me a minute.
Yeah, I was.
Goodreads, Dysasters.
And so we get to the football game, and Tate like accidentally runs into her, which he would not be out on like outside of the locker room before a football game.
No, he wouldn't
Yeah.
be.
We went to plenty of high school football games.
We did.
The team doesn't hang out before or hang out after. They're in the
Are they
locker
in the
room.
locker room?
They're in the locker room the entire time. So
Okay.
them meeting doesn't make sense.
I have never stepped foot within your country, and I seem to know more about gridiron than like we don't even play. Like I think there's like a couple teams around here that do gridiron, like because it's like a novelty.
What's gridiron?
American football.
Oh,
Yeah, but I seem to know more about it than the cast apparently. Like because I also know that quarterbacks aren't supposed to look like linebackers.
correct.
Yeah,
are they
they draw
supposed to be
Tate
fast?
like a linebacker.
Like they're supposed to be fast.
I
right?
live and breathe college football, and so the things that they were saying, I was like, wow, this is real horrible.
This is not how a football happens.
Yeah,
How do you feel
It
if I
is
say go Cox?
I remember this past season, South Carolina. I forget who they were playing. Some announcer said it's all Cox in Carolina or something like that, and I was like, wow, he lost his job.
Okay, yeah. Wait, back to the like weather foreshadowing. Okay,
Oh.
we have to get a description of the freaking situation, which is the skies are all sick looking and green with big swollen charcoal
Why are
charcoal
they
clouds.
Yeah,
Skies
tornado
turn
weather
green
is-
when
No,
there's a
there's a-
tornado.
Do they?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, do they?
Hail,
It
hail
goes
and
orange.
tornadoes and hail make green skies.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah.
stand corrected.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But I'm
No,
reading
like
that. I'm like,
actual
I've never seen
high
it.
color.
I've never seen a tornado. I don't live in a place that has tornadoes, and I know that
They don't
this
have
is-
tornadoes in Australia?
Oh, I don't think so.
No, America's special.
We're supposed
Maybe-
to.
America's
You-
Maybe
USA.
Tornadoes
Yeah,
are
no, no.
ours.
I don't know why I just never thought of that. I just figured they had them other
Tornadoes are
places.
pretty.
I mean, like we get little willies, which are like
There's
little
a video.
Yeah, like
about,
they're like
you know-
sand devils, right?
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen those, but like y'all don't get big town destroying tornadoes.
No.
Huh?
No, they don't.
and if they do happen, they happen in like the middle of the country where literally no one lives. So
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
we wouldn't know.
That's fair. Well, I just figured since I thought
Oh.
that it would be that way, like that you would,
There's your mug.
because Australia is I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. For the most part, it's a fairly flat country / continent, right?
Yeah, I mean, like
At
we've
least
got
not in, I know the north is pretty mountainous, but
well, like literally 5 minutes that way is like mountains, but then that mountain range goes from Queensland down to the bottom of the country.
okay.
But other than that, I think it's relatively flat. The outback's pretty flat, which is the majority of the country.
Interesting.
It's also most of the continent is uninhabitable. Like
Right.
mainland USA and Australia is around the same size, and we have a population of 24 million people, and our livable areas are pretty close to capacity.
And then the other thing is, like, I'm pretty sure the reason why we have tornadoes is because of the way our mountain ranges are place.
Yeah,
like,
they are kind of the plains are kind of sandwiched between
Mhm.
the Alps and the
It'd
Rockies.
be like the Rockies and the
Appalachians.
Appalachians.
yeah, the Rockies and the
Yeah.
Appalachians, and it's just
Oh,
like the weather.
yeah, I know stuff.
Yeah, you do. And the weather patterns it creates.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Well-
don't really have like
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that honestly.
parallel mountains.
And so I don't know if you guys have like another. Do you guys have another mountain range on the other side?
Yeah, not anywhere close. Maybe Western Australia has a mountain range, but I don't know.
Because that's really why we
Topographical map. Let's go.
is because we have like the two mountain ranges that like make Tornado Alley basically.
Yeah, no, I don't think we do.
I didn't think about that.
But also Tornado Alley is not tornadoes all the time.
It's just always.
It's just always.
Always.
No, you don't.
Yeah, isn't there like this tornado season, and then like outside of tornado season, you may or may not get tornadoes?
Pretty much you don't.
Yeah, the southeast where we are is like during the spring we'll get them sometimes. Like Alabama just had a pretty bad one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did
What is
read
Tennessee?
yesterday when I was
You wanna
reading
go to
about
Tennessee?
tornadoes that Alabama does get them relatively year-round.
Nashville had one a few months
Yep.
ago. That was pretty bad.
Chattanooga had one 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, to go
it
work
wasn't even
there.
that long ago now I think about it.
North
Yeah.
Georgia had one last week too.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get them like in the spring, but we get them because of how like the mountain ranges are sandwiched. So I think it's like a matter of if you have two mountain ranges that sandwich a place, then you get tornadoes. And that
Well, I
happens
guess
in
it's
the
like when
West.
you're in the city and you get wind tunnels because like the buildings, so it's like
Yeah.
the weather version of that.
It's like that, but big.
He big.
He big.
Okay,
He big.
We big.
so
They.
we're at the football game. We're at the football game, and Tate accidentally
what
went
I'm
to door,
talking
even though
about.
he would
Huh?
be in a locker
I said, you
room.
know what I'm talking about.
I missed what you said.
I said we big.
She doesn't know what you're talking
You
about.
don't remember.
It sounds familiar,
She
but I
forgot.
don't know.
It's when we were trying to set up stuff for Baywatch. Okay, there you go.
Okay,
Sorry,
so
Addie.
he spills her popcorn, and they do not have a good
Excuse
exchange.
you, it was her Skittles.
Oh, was it her Skittles? I thought it was her
It
popcorn.
was her Skittles.
It was her
Okay.
Skittles.
Excuse me, I'm so
She's
sorry
Still my
for my
skill?
injustice.
God.
And that's when he's like, "Oh, I'm Tate Nighthawk, or not Foster."
I have a
Tate
dramatic
Nighthawk.
reading.
Yes. Oh, yes. Please go.
Okay. So this poor football player, right, just bumps into her ass and is like, oh shit, man. You know.
Pause.
Actually. Okay,
Oh,
sorry.
wait, no, let me back up.
He did sound a bit douchey. He does sound a little bit douchey when
He a little bit, but it's not bad enough because it's not anything worse than like normal high school boy bullshit. So it's fine. Okay.
Yeah, it
You can't
doesn't
fault him
warrant
for it.
her.
Doesn't warrant
hating
what
him
she
forever.
says. Because he bumps into her by accident. She spells her skettles everywhere.
Still.
Her giblets are gone, and so she's like, "You made me ruin everything about coming to this barbaric display of testosterone." And he goes,
Yep.
"I'm the best thing about this barbaric display of testosterone." And so this poor football player is like, "Oh, madam, I'm sorry." Hands her back her giblets, and then introduces himself as Tate Nighthawk Taylor, you know, because he's like being all nervous or whatever. We don't
Yeah.
blame him. The cast
But he
put him in this
doesn't-
situation.
But what makes it worse is he's not, I'm Tate Nighthawk Taylor. He goes, call me Tate Nighthawk Taylor.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Drill
look,
bit, Taylor?
look, okay, but anyway, but then this psychotic bitch, instead of being like, okay, you know, which is which is the bitchiest response you could have to that is like, you know, instead of that, she says, "Did you say night douche? No, that sounds like some kind of medical procedure. You must have said douche hawk. Yeah, that's what it was." And he's like, "Wait, what?" And she's like, "Wait, I'm not a meanie, but I swear." And then I'm not an ass.
Honestly, I
And then
was
she goes-
serious.
And then she goes, "I see anatomy is not your strong suit." And then he invites her to a party. And then she's like, "What's your favorite book?" And he panic answers Sports Illustrated, and she's
Be
like,
nice, boy.
"Yeah, you're an ass." And it's like he picked up your Skittles, introduced himself, the best of his poor quarterbacky ability,
Yeah.
and
Trying not to.
he's doing his best. And then all you had to say was, "You're an ass."
Yep. Also,
Also,
okay.
Because he liked, he
It
dared
calls
to
her
like
short,
Sports
like-
Illustrated.
What was that?
he dared to like Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, how dare he like something related to his hobby? How dare he? Dick.
But also, we've also established at this point that Cora calls her Strawberry, and then he's like, "Hey, Strawberry, let me show you how not an ass I am."
And she's like, "How dare you?" And he's like, "Then give me a name." And she's
Okay,
like, "This is my name."
Okay, we have 2 of 3 consultants of the council present. If you meet a redhead, is the immediate thing that pops into your head to call her Strawberry?
His sister is a redhead, and so is his mother. So I doubt it.
What's up?
No? Is that a no?
I have called a redhead red before,
When you
but,
see a redhead, you think strawberry first.
Redhead's blue.
but that was like one
Yeah,
person.
he says no.
So I'm going to go ahead and say no.
Yeah, it's not
we
a
were
default
friends
nickname
when
for
I
redhead.
had like
Actual red hair.
actual bright ass red hair.
No, that's not my first.
What would you
instinct.
have done when you had red hair? If it's just like, "Hey, Strawberry."
I mean, we were already friends when it
I don't-
happened,
I
so
don't-
nothing probably.
But if
Nothing-
that was the
nothing
first thing
burger.
he said to
It
you,
would have been a
you probably
nothing
wouldn't be
burger.
sitting here together today.
No, it would have been a nothing burger. It would have just been like, it's like that today. They'll get over it.
Oh, but like, it's not not a common enough thing for a redhead for both mummy and new love interest to call her that off the bat.
No.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I
Oh,
would call her
yeah.
strawberry if she had like if this part of her head was red and then the top was green. Then I'd call her strawberry.
Fair.
Fair.
Because she would look like an actual strawberry.
Fair. I think that's fair.
Like little blonde highlights
And
all
then-
throughout the scene.
And then she goes up to
Right.
Cora, and then she's like, "Hey, I just like got asked out." And Cora's like, "Oh, really?" And then she's like, "Not really. He asked me to a party, but that's just so he could like go, and then I could go, and then he could like ignore me, and then be like call me crazy when I was like, why didn't you pay attention to me?" And I was like, "Kristen, what's your damage?"
I said that's an oddly
yeah,
specific.
right. Like that was.
I was like,
It's
"That's
scary.
so specific."
Do you want the actual quote?
Yes.
Not so Cora says, "On a date?" ? Not the kind you used to get asked out on to the disco back in the 80s or whatever. This is one of those
Disco,
show up at this
80s,
place, and
yeah.
if I feel like hanging out with you, I will. But if not, I never officially asked you to go with me, so you can't get mad. Total guy garbage logic.
Total what?
Total guy garbage logic.
What's guy garbage? What logic? Oh,
Guy garbage logic. I
you
don't
act like
know.
I'm supposed to know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
It's where you ask a girl to a party and then you ignore it all night, and she can't be mad at you because you never asked her to go with you.
You
just
say
ask
you
her.
just say come to this party, not come to this party as my date, is what you're saying.
Yes. So then when you ignore her all night, she can't be mad.
Because that's a thing.
Is that a thing?
No, it's not a thing.
Okay.
Like, no one says, hey, female I just met and find attractive, come to this party where I won't talk to you.
Yeah. That's,
Yeah, right. That's
Unless
Unless
That's
you
not why you'd invite someone to a party, right?
No, there's other reasons.
get drunk.
Just saying.
and this is. I
And
think
so I
also
don't know what
Cora-
Kristen's damage is, but it's deep.
I think
This
we're
is
still on
also.
guys.
We are still
I
on
know,
chapter one.
This is when I think Cora reveals that Tate's the guy they're looking for. And then next chapter we're in Tate's head, and he's like, "Oh my god, did I really fucking say Sports Illustrated?"
Oh, did I say Sports Illustrated was my favorite book to that green-eyed strawberry?
He
Fucking
thinks that
kill
there's a
me.
green eyed strawberry. Oh, I meant to ask
Cringe as
this
fuck.
of the council. Okay, where is it? So boys of the council, I have a question. Do you think of women when you see them as marble statues? Is this,
Absolutely. Every single one.
is this a thing that you would think?
Every
A
single
marbled
one.
statue, green-eyed strawberry.
Fucking every single
Is
one.
that a thing that would cross your mind?
Absolutely.
No, genuinely.
No, absolutely not. No, I'm not a psychopath.
Yeah, he'd been so caught by Strawberry's big green eyes, amazing red hair, and skin that looked like she could have been carved from marble, smoking hot, flawless marble, that he hadn't noticed anything about her.
Is that a thing that
Is he
would ever
gay?
cross? Is he gay?
Because we read a lot in, I mean, to be fair, we also read a lot of girls referring to their love interests as like chiseled from marble and shit, because apparently every 16-year-old boy has like abs like fucking nobody's business.
Of course.
Of course.
So it looks like they're just like, oh yeah, guys would think that too.
They don't. You
But
don't,
girls-
right? You're not like, she's clearly chiseled from marble.
I mean,
You don't think I'm chiseled from marble?
You don't think I'm chiseled from marble?
There is no correct answer to that question, guys.
The look I just got.
Okay,
that's a you don't want me to answer that look.
relationship advice from Mara. 'Cause it's not from these two. The only appropriate answer to questions like that is, I think you're perfect just the way you are. It's the only one that will not get you in trouble.
I don't want to lie to her.
I would not.
TJ, I think we're dating the same person.
I think we are dating the same
I
person.
will not be held verbally hostage, okay?
Exactly.
Say what I
Fucking
want.
extortion.
I will not be held verbally hostage.
I am an American. I have rights.
Exactly. I ain't scared.
There's gonna be a bromance here.
I hope so.
There's gonna be such a strong bromance here.
Christian, do you want to go on a date with me?
That isn't the alternative.
It's been months. She's never asked me.
See, I appreciate that men have needs too.
I can tell that he knows how to treat a man.
Well, I think we just lost our boyfriends to each other.
I think we did too.
That's fine. That's whatever.
Okay, we can cry together.
Okay. All right. Anyways, Tate's dad is the coach of the football team. They sing him happy birthday and we start the football game. That's all that matters.
Yes.
And no, I wrote down for one. I was so surprised. I was like, "Is his dad nice? Like, are they okay? Are they feeling
Is there a
okay?"
nice father in this fucking book?
He doesn't last. It's okay,
Not
guys.
a father, just a man in general.
It's okay. He doesn't last. It's fine.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
he
that's
dies
where I was
literally
like,
just after.
okay, that's how they did it. He dies immediately.
Yep. Also, there was something else prior to the bad shit happening that I just saw. Now I need to find it again.
Yeah, because now there's a tornado and everyone's like, go inside, go inside. But Tate's like, I want to stay outside.
I need to
Tornado.
find the selfie.
I need to
Air.
feel the
Come
tornado.
to me.
I need to be the tornado.
Be
But
the ball.
also,
Then he Kelowna dances into the tornado.
He does. He
But
dances in the
doesn't he
tornado.
also refer to Foster as a soggy strawberry at one point?
Yes, he does refer to her as a soggy
He also
strawberry.
he also thinks that she looks like shit in one chapter. He's like, wow, she looks so bad.
Oh, that's the other thing as well.
Soggy strawberry.
So-
Not a strawberry, but
So
you know.
Tate
Soggy.
has night vision, guys,
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
which
I
is
keep forgetting
wait.
about
okay. And also in Dad's like pre-game team pep talk thing, he's like, now remember, guys, we still need to play well. We can't just rely on Tate's night vision. And it's
Why
like,
do
how does night vision help in a football game?
it wouldn't.
Well, if your stadium lights are shitty,
I mean, yeah.
but otherwise, yeah, no.
But that's what we were saying. We were like, if the stadium lights are all like up and up, How would that do anything?
It's not going to do shit.
Yeah, if it's a day game or a lit game, not like lit as in like, but like lit.
But like lit.
Let's get lit.
Not like 420 plays it lit, like just well lit.
Yes, I don't see how night vision is an advantage in football. Especially to the point where the team would be relying on it.
Whatever. So the green-eyed strawberry.
The soggy green-eyed strawberry.
The soggy green-eyed strawberry. Oh yeah.
That
Also,
sounds
Cora is
texturally unpleasant.
also Cora is a large black woman. By the way, a big
She is.
black woman. I'm sorry.
Is she sassy?
No,
Is she independent?
I don't know.
Does she need no man?
No,
She
she's
dies
not, she's
right
not
now.
I'm fully aware of that.
She's robust. I think
She's-
that's the politically.
We'll call her a big black woman later.
Would it be racist if I called her Medea?
So at first she's robust, and then they're like, nah, she's just larg.
She just fat, guys. Come on. She's thick.
More
She's
cushion.
sick with 2 C's. There we go.
She's thick.
So he feels the compulsion to stay outside, and the tornado just like casually touches down conveniently on the football field, and it's going towards Foster and Cora. So he yells at them to get out, but Cora isn't doing so hot. She's clutching her chest. Oh no! So Foster yells at the tornado to stop, and it does.
She's
So
like,
Tate joins in at the yelling.
Like, you shall not pass thing, and the
Yeah,
right.
and then the tornado dissipates for now. But Tate, okay, this confused me. He watches it eat his parents.
That's
And
one
then
of those.
doesn't react to it until halfway into next chapter.
Yeah,
I mean,
welcome.
The
I
cats.
suspect it's also though because of the situation and everything. I suspect that because also guys are better at compartmentalizing than us. I'm sure the consultants.
Yeah, but
would
he
agree.
freaking loses his mind as soon as he sees his parents.
But
body.
I know, but he's also not about to die when he sees them.
You are right.
He's mid.
So
It's one thing I'm not too mad about because he's mid crisis when they get sucked
when they
up.
die, yeah. So Cora dies. We see Eve for the first time, which I'm going to pull up what Eve looks like because everyone needs to know what Eve looks like. Because I imagined her like not like this.
I imagined her not like this as well.
Also, we'll bring up the fuliginous thing while you're finding it. Apparently,
I got
Cora
it.
has fuliginous cheeks.
What?
Her
One more
fuliginous cheeks, her ashy cheeks,
Oh, is that what that means?
her sooty cheeks.
Fuliginous.
So that's Eve.
Wait, what? That's a girl?
Yeah.
Please tell me you're joking.
We're not.
Please tell me.
We're not.
That's
It-
Dr. Rick.
And that's,
and that's-
Amethyst Arms?
This is Amethyst.
Wait,
This
is
is-
Dr.
this is-
Rick black?
Yes.
No, he's white, but he looks like
They,
that.
they won biology.
So
this
hold
and
on.
that.
So is Cora the
That's supposed to be an
strawberry?
amethyst.
Is Foster the soggy strawberry half black?
Yeah. No.
So how does she
No.
have red hair?
She's what?
Because she was adopted.
Okay.
Her adopted parents are black.
Well, the genetics don't work that way.
How come? I'm sorry, not to like point out the problematic things,
Snail boy.
but why are the evil people black?
There's
That's
jokes
one-
that I
I
want to make right now, but I don't want to do it on your stream.
Wait.
For such a
Also, I'm gonna give another viewpoint of Eve where she still looks like Eve, but doesn't look literally like a teenage boy.
yeah.
Did I pick the right screen? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the amethyst on her arm.
Oh, on her shoulder? Oh, but
No,
in
no,
the-
no. That bit isn't the amethyst. That is the freaking other thing that she draws to her. Because this is when she draws the more
Oh,
um,
I was gonna say because in
Mind
that
blowing.
scene where the doctor guy gets high off of her, I thought it was described as being on her forearm, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
was.
And it was like
But
a
they
rock
regrow.
growing
yeah.
out
One of her brothers is like, "Fuck, Dad, stop bringing up amethyst. What would you draw to you if you were trying to hone your hone your mind?" And she's like, "Oh well, I would draw this." And so this is her drawing that one.
Okay.
I can't remember what it is, but it's carnelian.
That sounds like.
Oh, there was the
Let's
Apollo.
just-
Carnelian, come to me.
Yeah, let's just take a moment to appreciate that.
What the
It
Pokemon?
also
Like reading time.
It
Come to
literally
me,
says,
Carnelian. I
"Come
need
to
your
me."
protection against envy, fear, rage. I need your clarity. Stimulate my intelligence, inquisitiveness, instinct. I need you to dispel apathy, passivity. In return, I give you my body. For you are mine and I am yours. Come to me, Cornelia.
That's a Pokemon.
Literally, like, that was definitely a callback to House of Night. It was
I
totally
feel
a
like
callback.
it was.
Was it not? Like, spirit, come to me.
Fucking
Yeah,
kill
we
me.
needed to get the paganism into this series somehow, so I guess it's done by a rock.
So Cora, as she's dying, is like, by the way, Dad's not dead. Deuces, I'm dying. Here's some
Dad's not
instructions.
dead, but he can't be trusted. He a bad guy now.
Yeah, go to this island outside of Portland, and then she croaks.
Yeah.
And Tate's like,
island
I'll
is
keep you
zombie.
safe, no matter what. And I'm like, why? She was a bitch to you. Like, why would you do that? And then he reacts to his dead parents and he freaks out, and then there's an explosion, and
Yeah, so he kidnaps Foster, and then he starts to freak out about his parents, so he unkidnaps her, and then she kidnaps him.
yes.
But
Her kidnapping is far worse. Like, he's just like, no, we have to go, and picks her up and throws her over his shoulder and runs away.
and so so she kidnaps him, and she whole ass like drives him like for what is it, like 2 hours with him like passed out.
Well, first they go to the motel.
Motel.
Oh yeah.
And you
They
guys,
see Matthew, Mark, and Luke.
John.
and she's like, how did they know that I would be like that? I was staying here. It's like, this is the only hotel in town. And she's like, excuse you, your town's too bumpkin for a hotel. This is a motel.
Yeah, I was like, Foster
Always
hates
gotta
hometowns,
have
and she's a snooty bitch, and then I notice I miss Zoe. And so then chapter
It's
4,
sad.
oh for fuck's sake, we are in the bad guy's head. And I like here is
She said,
how
"I
a
wrote down
PC
for
and
fuck's
Kristen
sake, why
Cast
are we in
book
this
is
shit's
structured.
head?"
Chapter 1 presents a problem and possibly an interesting mystery. Not really, but we can hope. Chapter 2, they solve it by showing you the bad guy. The rest
Yep.
of the book, you just waiting for everybody to catch up to each other.
Yep. So we're in the bad guy's head. It's really just useless. It's just them talking about kidnapping them.
Hold on. Wait, hold on. Let's talk about
need
this,
to-
okay? Okay?
We need to share a screen again.
Okay.
And then, as if
This is one of the bad guys.
Yes.
fucking, what the hell?
Does he
So
have a
this
bottom
one's
jaw?
Luke. This
That's
one's
Luke.
I feel like this is
That's Matthew.
that's Matthew. Okay.
So this guy is.
Mark has long
I
hair.
did too much dip and had to have surgery to have my bottom jaw removed. And then and this guy is. I was an Abercrombie model, but my jawline was just too sharp, so I started shooting fire out of my hands.
But he has fabulous hair.
All right, then is Mark shown?
Fabulous hair.
But, okay. So as if they couldn't fucking gather that the bad guys would want to capture the good guys, and that they would be cranky that they didn't capture the good guys. As if we wouldn't be like, duh, you know? And then, control your Elamelons, whatever. And then
Elamelons?
Elamelons.
Was that a Chowder
Oh,
reference?
there he is.
Oh, and he's the other one.
That's Mark.
Is that a Chowder reference?
No.
Why not?
It was a Tumblr post reference.
Ella Melons is a chowder.
Okay, then it might be. Here's the other one.
I almost gave you a big old kiss, but no, I'm not.
All right. Well, here's the other one. You want to see the other one?
Absolutely.
All right, that's fine. Okay.
Do you
so
not have anything fun to say about Mark? I want you to say something fun
we
about
want you
Mark.
to say something fun about Mark.
Yes,
It's my
so
birthday.
Are those giant Japanese salamanders or are they frilled sharks?
How dare you?
They're
What
called
are-
the frill.
Oh, so they're frilled. They're supposed to be frilled sharks.
Yeah.
They're the frill.
Okay, well that's not what a frilled shark's head looks like. It looks like they put the head
It's
of a
the
giant
frill.
Japanese
It's a
salamander.
magical thing that appears
on.
when he does the water.
No, but like that's based off of a real species called a frilled shark, and that's not what their heads look like. Their gills and their front fins are exactly the same as a frilled shark, but they changed the head
I'm
entirely.
gonna look at the frilled shark now.
And so
Oh, you're right. They are based on the frill, aren't they?
Yeah,
No, shark.
yeah, but the head is completely different,
That is the creepy looking thing.
isn't it?
Like, oof. Wait. I'm bringing up a picture where it's.
Yeah.
yeah.
Ugh. Okay, I'm done.
So
No more.
Okay.
Okay, so but he also looks like he works at Starbucks or like
Yes.
a coffee shop that was a Starbucks that
So it
didn't
looks
do
like
very
he's
well,
His
and so it
bachelor's
reopened.
degree in art history. Is what you're saying.
he
What?
has a degree in art history, is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
As an art student, I know many guys that look like that in the art history department.
So, with that in mind,
Yeah.
they need to control their elements, and then whatever, fuck me, and then just typing is.
Now?
And so they rewrote House of Night without vampires, is what I wrote down, and then
Yes, essentially.
so, like, what are we gonna do to find them? And then we're going to tell them that they have to come with us. Like, 'cause she's like, "What are we gonna do when we
It's
find
so
them?" And they just
stupid.
and they straight up just go. It's like dramatic pause. We're going to tell them they have to come with us, and it was like,
Come with me if you want to live.
and it was like, bitch. Oh crap! I took this back on. It was like, bitch, what? What do you mean? You're just gonna tell them like, come with me? But why are you telling us? So now there's no suspense because we know that like the bad guys don't want our good guys dead.
Yeah, also, because they're knocking on every motel room door as well. Being like, and the cover stories, because like these people are in their 30s, they're like, I'm looking for my teenage daughter. These are my brothers. She's run away. And he
With
says,
some boy.
he says it's the one lady, you know, and she's like, not in this room, she ain't. Go on, get, and take better care of your home business. Women only go bad when men act like fools. Every time a girl misbehaves, it's the men's fault.
Like, no.
That's-
Everything's a
very-
man's
that's very
fault
women's
in this
lib.
universe.
So, and then stop telling us what the fucking plan is. Like, stop
That's
telling
why
us.
I hate the cast because they just were in the bad guy's head. And I'm like, this is pointless. I'd rather find it out ourselves.
We should find out when the protagonist finds out, because that's how
Yes.
a good book is written. If you want to give us a teaser into the bad guy's head, like Goblet of Fire did a good job, or where the first scene is like the old guy and he overhears like some partial plans being made, but like you're really like, I have no idea what's happening, and then as the plan actually unravels, you're like, oh, that's what they were talking about.
Yeah. But like, this is just straight up like, here's what we're going to do. When we find them, are we going to kill them? Are we going to maim them? No, we're just going to say, come with me. That's it. Just come with me. Come with me.
It's their big
Right.
master plan.
That's their big master plan, is just come with me.
Yeah. What are we going to do when we find them? What we were sent here to do. We're going to tell them they have to come with us. And what if they
Yeah,
don't?
it's stupid.
What if they won't what? Won't go with us. They're kids, barely 18. We're adults, older and smarter than them. We do what Eve said. Tell Foster her adoptive father is alive, needs her, and send us to get her. She'll come. And he's a
Like, yeah,
teenage
she
boy.
won't.
He's a teenage boy and she has a vagina, so of course he will follow.
Is that a solid plan?
Is that a solid plan?
Is it a solid plan?
And then that sentence.
He says sure.
The plan retelling gets finished with it ain't like effectively it ain't that deep. Like it's just not that damn difficult.
So they do approach the car when Tate and Foster are there, and Foster just yeets. And Tate's like, wait, they could have been normal people, and
What
they
if
have
they
a fight
needed
about
help?
it. Huh?
He's like, what if they need help?
And she's like, no, I know them, you dumb fuck.
And we're like,
And
how
then-
do you know them? This thing needed a prologue.
Yeah.
Because none of
And
that
she also
made
just didn't
sense.
tell him. She also is
felt
just such
weird.
a bitch. So she just won't tell him anything. So we don't know anything. And she's just like, I wish a tornado would wipe them out. So a tornado wipes them out.
Mhm.
And he says something like, oh, that looks like he was out of a video game. And in her internal dialogue, she goes, oh, of course, he's a gamer. And I'm like, the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Gamers rise up.
Right. That's right.
And then she's just being a major cunt bag. And
Yeah, she is.
and she's like, I wish you'd just go to sleep. And then he goes to sleep for like 2 fucking hours.
That bastard.
No,
That
she
bastard.
Jedi mind tricks him into going to sleep.
Oh.
Yeah. But then
Was she her own genie?
What?
Yeah.
Was she her own genie?
Yes, she was.
Yes.
and then she's like, okay, we need food, we need bandages for his gashing.
Yeah,
bleeding.
yeah. He has a wound that's addressed a little
Yeah,
bit
he's
and then
got
not talked about.
Yeah. So she walks in to the Quickie Mart and goes, and the attendant's just like smiling and lovely and be like, did you get caught out in the storm? Oh no, like not even an umbrella will save you out there. Be careful. And she's like, yeah, I need this and that. And he's like, over by the headache pill. And then she says, thanks. Foster attempted a polite smile, but felt her lips twist into a disgusted grimace. No matter how hard she tried, being polite didn't come easily, especially not to bumpkin Neanderthals.
What a
Like,
twat.
yeah, and
It's nothing but
the
nice
fuck?
to you.
And then yeah, so then the news story comes on with Tate and Foster like blowing the tornado away essentially. And he's like, oh my god. And so she like mind influences him to forget, and then she just steals the things. And I'm like,
then
you don't support small business, you fucking whore.
And then Foster feels bad and she goes back and gives him some money. She does feel bad.
I love you.
I literally wrote down, you don't support small businesses, you fucking thief cunt. You can ask for that, He just like went underneath the camera and reached over to grab my vape and then sneakily took it back as if I didn't see him do the entire action.
I'm gonna sneak past you.
Now, Christian, was the Mission Impossible theme playing in your head as you were doing that?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
What can we do? This
On a recorder.
on a recorder.
Recorder.
Well, how else are you supposed to listen to it? Is there another version?
Saxophone.
I suddenly really can't wait for quarantine to be over.
I know,
So
right?
these two can formally meet when one of them isn't almost blackout drunk.
Same.
You think they're
No,
gonna
well, when you
over
originally
and
met him, you were tossed. You don't even remember it because you were that tossed.
The April 19th party.
Say that like it's a
Yeah, the April 19th party. Well, because literally we hyped him up the entire time, and I was like, all right, dude, when he gets here, you're gonna go outside and you're just gonna fuck the turtles and it's gonna be great. And he's like, why am I doing this?
We thought it was gonna make you guys best friends forever, and it didn't, and we were sad about it.
You have to go out there and fuck the turtle.
Was that something I should know? It's
No.
Okay.
It didn't work out how we wanted. It's
Okay.
okay.
We need to get back to the book, okay?
Okay.
But do you want to talk about the turtles?
later.
Okay, he said later.
Is
So when
there
we're out
something
of
I should know about
quarantine and
We can talk about the
We're on our-
turtles later.
Okay.
when we're on our double date after quarantine, he could
Yeah.
go ham about the turtles.
When we're in Greenville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll tell you all about the turtles.
Okay, so she makes me go to sleep, whatever.
So then she's driving along and she's like,
Didn't
Dr.
do
Rick's
that.
alive. Dr. Rick's alive. Cora is dead. And she thinks that for 2 hours.
Yes.
And then Kate wakes up.
Oh, she also doesn't think that her stealing from that poor
She gave
hillbilly
her money.
wasn't evil. Should she?
Yeah, she. Buster was halfway to the door when guilt washed over her. Crap. She took out a couple of watered 20s and hurried back to the counter.
Okay, fine. I'm done being mad at her for that, but there's still a million other things. But he finally wakes up, and we're in Nebraska, and he's mad that she didn't wake him up, and so
Well, he's like, you took me to Nebraska. I have people who need to know that, like, I'm not dead along with my parents. Like, hello.
Yeah.
you
My parents are
dumb
dead. My town, my small country town where everyone knows everyone is and his best buds.
exactly
and
like
it's being
this
raised
is the only
around.
home I've ever known, and you're taking me away. I do not consent.
Yeah, he's reasonably like, I do not consent to this. And he's like, and she's like, what? Why not?
And
Yeah,
I go,
he's
but
like,
I
"My life
told
was
you. She's like, but I
perfect."
told you that Cora said. And he's like, I don't know who Cora is, bitch. Like,
Yeah, right. He's like,
Well,
no reason.
then they also have a freaking thing where he's like, I sad though, and she's like, I sad too, and he's like, you lost a road trip, buddy. I lost both my parents, and she goes, you don't know me, you don't know my life, and literally all she had to say was, she was my mother,
Yeah.
adopted, and he wouldn't be hating on her for half the book.
And so he's like, my life was perfect, and she's like, oh, how was living in a bumfuck town perfect?
Going to public school. How is going
What
to
a
public
thought.
school?
public
Bumfuck
service
town?
announcement. Sometimes people like living in small towns.
Yeah. And then she's like, yeah, living in that dirty belly button of the US was perfect. Your town had 2 stoplights. If that's perfection, then you're a lot dumber than I thought. It's really to see why everyone calls you douchehawk. And he's like, you're more of a bitch than I thought. And she's like, ugh.
Yes.
And you know
this
what?
was great.
He doesn't apologize for the bitch thing. And I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
know,
and
that
then-
made me so happy. He never apologizes for calling
Then
her a
he's
bitch.
like, he's like, no one calls me douchehawk. No one except you. If I wanted to, I could figure out a shitty nickname for you too. If there's anything shittier than being a huge hateful bitch. And she's like, don't you that big word on me.
and she's like, and I think we're supposed to be like, but I was like, we stand. This is a moment that we stand.
yeah.
I was like, good for him. Good for
And
you.
she's like, I am not a hateful bitch. And,
and I was like, you're a hateful bitch.
he's like, my parents are dead. I watched them
My
die.
parents are dead.
And all you can do is call me a douche.
Yeah.
Of course you're a bitch.
And then she goes on to say every single thing that's ever went wrong for her. And I'm like, it's not a competition, bitch. His parents died. Let him grieve.
Yeah. Like, for fuck's sake.
And also, you've been doing this for like the past year. You've been working with Cora to do this. You know what's happening. He doesn't know shit.
Yeah.
But you
He
just
was playing-
kidnapped him.
He was playing
Yeah.
football on his birthday, and then tornadoes and kidnapping.
And now
happened.
he's in Nebraska. Like, poor
And no one
kid,
likes that.
honestly.
And he does not want to be in Nebraska. He wants to be in his town helping people. And you're mad at him for no reason.
Because you're a woman.
And then later, after they calm down, they have some element bullshit that really doesn't matter because it's stupid and fuck it all. He's like, yo, sorry about your family. And she's like, oh, I bet you're sorry for calling me a bitch, right? And he's like, no. I ain't sorry. You are a bitch. Like, and then we're in Eve's head, and this is when Dr. Rick does a sucky suck of the drugs from her arm.
Yeah, because we also find out in this scene as well, like through her internal thoughts, that Dr. Rick Stewart stole one of Cora's eggs, and I don't know how, but he stole one of her eggs and fertilized it and impregnated a surrogate. So Eve is Cora and his biological daughter, and Cora has
Yes.
no idea. Well, had no idea. She's dead now.
Cora
so she-
never knew. Yeah. Which is stupid.
Which also apparently, like, she knows what Eve looks like, and when Foster first meets Eve, she's like, wow, that's Cora.
Yes, exactly. At the end of the book, we get a whole, holy shit, I thought Cora was standing in front of me. Like, Cora, but like skinnier was in front of me.
So I was like,
Yeah.
why, how does she not catch on? But
Also,
yeah, so
Eve is like 36 years old. How did Cora not know for 36 years?
that she has a, yeah. But again, how did he get her egg? Because I don't know if you know this, right? But it's a full-blown procedure.
Yeah.
Like, you just pick up a used pad until you find the egg.
And we find out here that Mark is like a big softie, essentially. And he's like, I don't really believe in what Dad's doing. And she also keeps so Eve describes Mark. I don't know if anyone else got this, but Eve describes Mark in a very interesting way, where I thought they were gonna make out sometimes because it was like,
Yeah.
I was like, you're describing him like you're about to like jump his bones, but okay. And then we get full-on exposition, which doesn't make sense for the style of the story because the characters already know what's going on.
Yeah.
So there's no reason that the characters will be talking about what's going on. So I was so stupid.
Peepaw talks to his dog. Hey, girl, this is our plan. I know you're a dog and can't speak English, but I'm going to tell you everything I'm about to do.
Stupid, exactly. Like there's no like let's just watch it happen. Let's just watch the story unfold. But no, we don't. And then this is also where we find out that there are 6 others like Tate and Foster that are all in charge of like one element, stuff like that. Blah blah blah. Eve's element's Earth, yada yada. And also Rick and Eve are kind of creepy too. Their relationship's kind of creepy. Rick's just kind of a creepy dude.
Yeah, so he's like, show me your arm, and she's got an amethyst, and she's like, when I saw Cora dead, I just made an earthquake happen, and I had to do an amethyst, and so that happened, and he's like, well, it's time for me to take it from you.
Are we at Amethyst Daddy?
We're at Amethyst Daddy.
Great.
Yes.
Amethyst Daddy.
Yeah, so
Wait.
she uses the gem into him and he, like gets a high off of it.
Yeah, so like,
This is your favorite part, right?
yeah. Quickly, Eve covered his hand with her own and closed her eyes. She reached through her body, through her feet that connected her to the sandy skin of the earth and found just a small piece of her element. Focusing that power, she pulled it up and through the soles of her feet, up her legs, her core, up her spine to rush over her shoulder and build intensity until that raw earth energy blasted into the amethyst jewel, and from that jewel directly into Dr. Rick Stewart. The old man has an orgasm, and then he tells her it was sublime.
Essentially, yes.
That's a vibe. I definitely got that vibe from it, honestly.
Yeah, no, I got weird vibes this entire time.
It was so weird. He was like, I'm so hard for this amethyst right now. And it was like, okay.
Okay, like, honestly, the way it's described, the older man gasped and his body went rigid.
Yeah, that's...
And he gasped in pleasure before his hand fell from her arm and he dropped softly to his knees in the sand. His breathing deepened, and when he looked up, his pupils were fully dilated.
Yeah, like that. He definitely just jizzed in his pants.
That is a fucking kite.
Yeah, he orgasms over his daughter's rock magic.
And also we find out here that the reason why he wants to find all 8 people is to fix the current 4 children.
And to get money.
He tells us. And to get money, yeah.
And then
suddenly important now.
We see an ounce of humanity in Eve at the end. And for the first time, Eve let herself wonder just for a moment if becoming because also he's telling her that if he doesn't drain the rocks from her, she'll become encased in them. And for the first time, Eve let herself wonder just for a moment if being a living jewel of the earth would be more terrible than being a living drug for an addict.
That's not a drug, girl. Not a drug, I promise.
What, rock?
No, it's what I'm saying. It's not a drug, it's a sex toy.
A living sex toy for her father.
Yeah.
Ew.
How's that make you feel inside?
Stop.
It's not a PC Chris and Cast book if there isn't a hint of incest in there.
Is that true?
That is
It's
incredibly
very true.
Unfortunate.
true.
Unfortunate. Highly inappropriate.
At least there's no bestiality this book.
That's true.
What?
So far.
I know,
So
there
far.
is so much bestiality in
No.
House
That's,
of
I
Night.
told him, I was like, so someone fucked a bull in their first series, and he went, what? And I was like, yeah.
Someone makes out with a bird and another person fucks a bull.
Mommy,
Yeah,
I'm in
someone
love
needs to
with
make out with a bird.
Mommy,
Do you want to see what the
Mommy.
bird looks like? Oh my god, I'm gonna find the Refam gift.
I'll find the fam, please.
The,
Mommy, I'm in love with a bird. Oh, I need to find it for you.
Yeah, just.
Oh, man,
from
don't
the-
make it easy,
from
please.
the-
I-
Raven walkers, I have to
More than I
Google.
already do.
Going to.
Do you want me to bring it up from the ebook? Because there's all different versions of Raven.
No,
Monkey.
Where's the gift?
Where is it? Am I spelling it wrong?
I type in Ravenmocker House of Night. That's what I've Googled before. So I guess that's where I'll find it again. No. Oh yes, I found it.
make sure you
There you
send
go.
Send it to me. Send it to me.
Just bring it up on screen.
She can.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd have to share my application and then I guess that doesn't really matter. Because it's just StreamYard up.
yeah. Open
So-
the image window and then you can share just the window.
Oh yes, okay. Open image and oh yes. Okay, let me go to share screen. Application window. Oh, Chrome tab. I can change it to a specific Chrome tab. There we go, guys.
What in the hell is that?
It's a Raven Mocker.
God.
The Raven Conquer.
That's right. You can't. That was
Raven Conquer.
Raven Mocker.
Is this
Yeah,
also on
Yes. Hopefully.
Anyways, so there's some unseen development between them where they're not total assholes to each other, but we're somehow suddenly in Portland. And she like destroys a SIM card, and he's like, "What is that?" And she's like, "A SIM card. Is public school really like not teaching you that?" And I'm like, "Oh wait, how do you not know what a SIM card is though?" Like,
Yeah, I
I knew
remember
what a
that
SIM
part.
card is when I was like
I
4.
think this whole thing.
How do you assume that the reason he doesn't know what a SIM card is because of public school?
Because
I mean,
obviously
yeah,
it is.
I know also, once again, my
Very
education
public
system
school.
here is different to yours, but I don't believe that you guys have a SIM card class.
No.
Yeah.
Like a
So-
class in which they pull out.
Oh, at private
Sorry.
school we do, okay? It's in
Huh.
first grade, and it's
But-
like this is a SIM card all year. Or
I-
senior
Because
year.
first graders have cell phones in private school.
Yeah, I
Here's
honestly feel like
Duh.
this whole thing was supposed to be just to be like public school is shit. But yeah, he's like, what's a SIM
But
card?
but the thing is, private education kind of goes against their ideologies as well.
I know.
Because it's a private institution that can go rogue and do whatever
Like,
it wants to
hey,
teach their
I-
students.
Honestly,
That is
what it tells
elite.
me though
That's
is
elite.
Only
yes.
available to those that can pay the fee, instead of readily available to everyone, which would be fairer.
It's not very
More
fair to the
equitable.
proletariat, is it, comrade?
It does not. We must crush the bougie private schoolers.
You were a
Indeed.
private schooler.
Hush.
I was
no,
until elementary school. I did private preschool. Does that count?
Yes, it does, because that's
Yeah.
even more bougie.
Montessori
Yeah,
school,
I
my
didn't
dude.
even go to
No, that's way more bougie than what we
I went to
Montessori
public
school.
school for kindergarten, and then after that, my parents were like, "No, no, 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 no,
I
no,
went to
not in this
private
county."
school for poor
I was a
people,
moron.
like,
I went to private
for the middle
primary
middle
school,
class.
and then I had a choice of high schools, and I chose to go to public school because that's where my sisters went.
How'd that
And
go?
I was a moron. Honestly, it was really bizarre.
I mean,
I regretted my decision.
you know more people in public school, but in private school, it's like I liked 3 people of my class, and I only had 40 to choose from.
Yeah, our
Yeah, I had-
graduating class was
I had
68
about
kids.
1,000 people in my graduating class from high school. Literally about 1,000.
Jesus Christ.
My kids
43.
are gonna hate it.
68.
They're going to gender segregated high schools, my kids, and they shall be mad at me for it.
That's
43,
one
and I was
off.
a large
Really
class.
cool.
That's one offer. Well, if I had stayed all the way through Like,
You would have been number
I
69.
would've been
I'm
number
so mad at you right now.
69.
No, there was someone else we were mad at. I'll tell you who it is. I'll text it to you who it was because you'll be mad at them too.
Because here's the thing: if it had been me, we would have never met. Okay.
Fine.
Yes. Yeah, I know. I was thinking. I was like, that's who it is.
Yeah, but back to the book, I guess. What the
Yes,
SIM card,
yes.
not knowing what a SIM card is, actually tells me that if I met someone who didn't know what a SIM card was, I'm just like, how rich are you and how many servants do you have to put your SIM cards in your phones? Because when you buy a phone, the SIM card is not inside of the phone. You have to.
Yeah, they
That's
have
a
to change
that's a
it up.
much nicer route than what my brain took. Mine is, how dumb are you that you didn't get curious enough to pull your phone apart?
Also fair.
That is fair.
I found it really hard to get the SIM card out.
Not really. Just need a paperclip.
Yeah, I
That's
need
true.
the paperclip.
But like, there's also not really a point to it if you're not like changing your phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because at the Apple Store they just do it for you. Oh my gosh, why is she so angry? Bring her. We're about to have a cat.
Gross.
She's an angry, angry bitch.
Gross.
Oh, for the sake of conformity.
she's
Oh,
unhappy.
Ian! What's his name?
Riley.
Oh,
She's ungrateful.
She's ungrateful. She is an
Cat.
ungrateful little cat.
Cassie, you
My
would
cat.
like Cassie though.
Doubt.
I am a bad
Uncat.
mother. I'll tell you why. I worked out why my cat was meowing at the bathtub.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
What
Okay,
about-
so I think I found the reason that they might not totally get along is because Christian is a cat person.
Hate cats.
You would like Cassie though.
Probably not.
You would.
Doubt.
Cassie's perfect. Anyways,
Cassie's
She's perfect.
back to the book. Okay.
Back to the book. What did you say, babe?
Oh,
About
she
your
didn't. Her water bowl was empty,
Oh no.
so she went to the bath because she knows that water comes out of the tap there.
I don't know how it works, but there's water here.
I saw her not just after I messaged you guys because I went to go fill up her food and I was like, oh, there's no water. And then about 2 hours later, I was like, that's why she was meowing.
Okay. So he's still freaking out because he wants to call his grandfather, and he calls Foster a girl with trust issues.
Excuse you.
Deepa. Yes, so sorry. And he calls her a girl with trust issues, and therefore he is a misogynist. Because she is a person who doesn't trust easily.
So a girl with trust issues?
So Evergirl?
So, are you telling me that he called somebody who not is only biologically female but also identifies as female? He called her a girl and then identified trust issues as trust issues.
Yes.
He's a misogynist.
Yes.
Yes.
That makes total sense.
And then she's like, "Oh, well, you should trust me because what is her reasoning? Because she doesn't suck."
Suck what?
Yeah, he's like, I don't. Yeah, why should I trust you if you don't trust me? And she goes, it's simple. I don't suck.
Yes, you do.
What a cunt.
You're a horrible person.
You categorically suck
Um.
by default.
So they get to the place. She
And
cries.
Cora
It's
has
stupid.
named the place Strawberry Fields.
It's a farm. It has horses. Also, she hates horses, like to a
Yeah, she
weird
can
degree.
Okay. Yes,
Calls
Percherons
them
are
dinosaurs.
freaking large horses. They're giant.
Yeah.
Like they tower over a 6'2" person. You know, they're huge. And she just calls them dinosaurs for the entire book and acts like
Yeah,
they
and it irritates me.
Well, if horses were reptiles, that would be accurate. But the thing
Yeah.
is,
They are
Well,
not.
Well,
They are
maybe the
not.
predatory horses are cold-blooded.
Yeah, there's predatory horses.
but like,
But it also one thing that also just really annoys me about this, because I know a lot about horses. Like I used to have a pony because I'm a spoiled little rich girl, apparently. Generally, the bigger the horse, the more chill it is.
Yeah.
As a general rule, Percherons are chill as fuck.
yeah, that's pretty accurate, actually.
Draft horses, especially, hella chill.
I've always been fans of Belgians. Been a fan of Belgians. Belgian giant
I'm
draft.
cataloging in my head for yes.
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 Just Belgian
Sorry.
people.
My dream is to have a Brumby rescue center. That's all. Which is at my
So, so they're exploring the house. She's freaking out. She's crying. It's fine. And he's like, okay, well, after I figure out what's wrong with me, I'm going to yeet. I'm going to leave. And he finds Foster just sobbing, and then he walks into the room, and she yells at him for walking into a room because it was Cora's office, even though she's never been there with Cora, just Cora's things are in there. So she flips out, and she's like,
from that brownstone in Portland is there.
yeah. And he's like, you owe me an explanation for why we're here. And she's like, I don't owe you anything. And it's like, you just kidnapped this kid. You
I'm
owe
also-
him something.
You owe him all the explanations. So there's that.
She gives him a really stupid explanation. He calls her a raging bitch, leaves the room, and he goes to get groceries, calls his grandfather, and just cries on the phone, which, fair. Your parents just died. You can cry, boy. You can cry.
Yeah,
So he comes back, they make a truce.
I just also wanting to say as well, like I've been looking, right, because it gets mentioned about 50 times in this book that they lived in a brownstone in Portland, Oregon. And I'm like,
yeah.
I've been Googling. It doesn't look like they have them.
They really don't.
Brownstones don't exist in Portland.
That's like a New York, Boston.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
They have houses made from brownstone, but they don't
have a brownstone.
Right. Yeah, the architectural style is not really a thing there.
Yeah.
Brownstones are like, when I think of a brownstone, I think of like more or less like an epic townhouse type thing, like connected.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Houses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been Googling. There is not a single one that I have found.
When I hear brownstone, I think of Queens, New York.
Yeah, most things. New York.
Yeah, like that.
They have them a little bit in San Francisco, but not really.
But you wouldn't
Yeah,
call them.
I don't think
No, you
Portland was settled while they were still building these. But they're elitist fucks, I think is the point.
Yes, they are elitist fucks.
Okay,
Also,
so
how did Cora managed to like get this place set up?
Who knows, dude? Who knows?
plot holes everywhere. So they make a truce when he gets back, and she's like, "I'll try to stop being a not bitch because I'm not a bitch." And he's like, "Okay, well, cool." So she shows him what she's found, essentially a hidden room that's called the Bat Cave.
Yeah, wait, just prior to like her freaking out that he was in the office thing, he had this thought going through his head. He was talking about his mother. Oh, he was thinking about his mother. His mum hadn't been a crier, so the times she did cry, it always made Tate's heart hurt because he saw Foster crying. He's like, he heard his mum's voice as if she was standing beside him. Tate, you're a smart, educated white man. Don't be an entitled jerk. Be unexpectedly kind. You'll never go wrong if you err on the side of kindness. Oh, and also, be a feminist. That'll really baffle them.
What do you think about that?
I have strong opinions on things.
On things.
Things.
That's what I said.
So yeah, when that stuff happens.
Sound kind of Marxist, but that's fine.
And then
So we finally read this letter that we didn't mention because it doesn't matter. It's literally just more exposition of like, hey, there's 6 others. Here's what to do. I made you fake identities, all this stuff.
also, because the audiobook doesn't really give much justice to the letter, I'm going to show, because it reads out, but obviously like the blank stuff doesn't get read. So I'm going to share my screen so
Show
they
it.
can actually see what the letter look like. Come on. Thank you.
And this is also where it's revealed that there's 6 others that they need to be looking for.
Look at that perfect smudging.
Yeah, right?
It's supposed to be rain soaked.
It's supposed to be rain soaked?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they did a great job.
Yeah,
The
just like 3
graphics are
lines of it is
perfect.
just wet. I'm done.
Yeah, no, the graphics are great.
Graphics are great.
At least it wasn't Jude.
Jude, 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 Jude.
This wasn't an audiobook that we
Jude.
Nothing Jew in German.
stop.
Dude,
The final Jews are grown.
Yeah. Oh no, it was weird. Oh, Carden. Oh man. So they agree to be honest with each other. We have more Star Wars references as she finally tells him about this other power, and he's like, "Oh, I give a shit about you and why, Tate? Just why?"
Yeah, like why?
And then he's like, "Okay, well, we need to eat, so I'm gonna make some ramen." And she makes this big fucking deal, and I'm like, ramen takes 4 minutes to make. It's not like it's not like a 2-hour meal to cook. Like it's 4 minutes. You put a little bit of water in a pot, it boils, you throw some ramen in, you're done.
Yeah, so ramen, from my understanding, is what we call 2-minute noodles.
Yes.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
literally, I made it, before the stream, because I hadn't eaten today, I made noodles in this. And I literally put boiling water in, chucked the noodles in, put a lid on so the heat didn't escape. A minute later, drained the water out, mixed the flavor in, and it was done.
So do y'all in Australia? Y'all don't have it that comes in like it's like a square block of
Pack.
noodles wrapped.
Yeah.
Okay, so
They're
yeah.
2-minute noodles.
Okay.
Because it takes 2 minutes to make them.
Yeah, and she makes a big fucking deal about it.
Yeah, and apparently he can cook because he can make ramen.
I can make minute rice in 39 seconds.
That meant that like 4-year-old me could cook because I could make it. Okay, I don't think I was 4, but I was like definitely years prepubescent when I was making my own noodles.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you can cook, you can make toast effectively.
Wait, is that not the
He can do
flour?
microwave popcorn. He can cook.
I frosted a cake today.
You can make cereal. Well done, you. Now you get a round of applause.
It was the ugliest cake I've ever frosted. I'm not proud of it.
What is this? The cake?
What is this? Yeah, it was the cake.
It was
The candles that added up to like how old I am. Yes.
1958 candles.
We had the 1958 candles because we were like, it adds up to 23. Fuck it.
Close enough.
No.
Really, we don't have a 2 and a 3, so 1958 it is.
Why not?
Sure.
Make 23 out of whatever this is. Okay, so. Oh, this is where you were talking about the narrator. You said she sounds like some random ass high school theater kid. Her voice sounds like I would hate her in real life. She definitely has blue hair. Quotes from you.
But
Yeah.
turns out she doesn't.
Yeah, unfortunate, actually.
She doesn't have blue hair, but everything else accurate.
Well, I actually looked her up and I saw it. I'm like, that voice does not match that face. And then I found a video of her talking normally, and yeah,
Does she sound like a normal person?
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Kind of unfortunate, actually.
I mean,
Well, do you think
Ju-
Justine Eyre actually sounds like that?
I don't think so. No, I'm pretty sure she doesn't.
It doesn't actually sound like that.
Because I found an episode of 2.5 Men that she's in, but she has a French accent in that.
Well, that's right.
She's
You
in an
told me
episode
that.
of 2.5 Men.
She is in an episode of 2.5 Men.
Jesus.
Yes, you sent us the clip. That's right.
Yeah.
Justine
But
Eyre.
you want to know what's worse with this narrator as well? When she recorded this, she was like 32. Because she's currently 33. And this came out last year.
Did she sound 32 to you?
Absolutely not. That's why I said she sounded like some high schooler that the author just got to narrate.
With a decent mic setup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like she also legit records her, like she's that level of audiobook narrator that she records hers in a studio. She doesn't record it at home.
Okay, so it's the next morning. He slept on the floor wherever she's sleeping, which was also on the floor, and she's like, wow, we're definitely connected in more ways than just our powers. I'm like, where the fuck is this coming
They
from?
slept in Cora's office.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck reason.
Yeah, there's multiple bedrooms
And-
in the house, but they slept in the office.
Yeah. So someone knocks on the door and Tate's immediately like, all right, new friend, let's go. This isn't suspicious at all. And it's this guy named Finn. Finn's fine. He's like the caretaker of the land and the animals. And they're immediately bros. Like they hug immediately. And Foster's just like, what is happening here? Like, what the fuck?
Oh, also, because Tate's also like, wow, it's sunny. It's sunny. This is weird. And Foster's like, people think it rains here 24/7, and we let them think that, so they're less likely to move here. But that's really more of a Seattle thing. And he's like, I guess I have a lot to learn about the Northwest. And she's like, how dare you? It is the Pacific Northwest.
What the fuck?
Because
It's Leviosa.
Read another book. Read another book.
but yeah, then
It's not Leviosa, it's Leviosa.
Aww.
Leviosa.
That's one of Mara's favorites.
Bay, how you feeling?
Leviosa.
Leviosa.
appreciate.
What?
I said does not appreciate.
Oh god.
I'm just gonna sit here quietly while you mock my world.
Severus Snape.
Dumbledore. Ron Weasley.
Oh god.
Speaking of stupid Harry Potter songs, you know the badger thing?
Mushroom.
Yes. Have you seen the Harry Potter one?
No.
Where it's like a Potter, Weasley.
My sister has seen that one. My sister has seen that one many years ago.
Oh god.
Was that
Okay.
before the Fire Nation attack?
Hmm?
Am I the only one that gets that reference?
No, you're not.
What?
You-
I didn't hear it.
That was before the
Stop. That's one of my favorite television shows of all time.
I got her to watch the first couple episodes of it.
What are we
I'm
talking
Avatar: Last Airbender. Okay.
Okay.
He got me.
Oh.
He got me to watch the first couple episodes.
Shamalama Ding
Yeah, she
Dong.
tried to get me to watch that, and I was like, okay.
No.
Before they even leave the South Pole, there's so many issues.
The races are wrong.
The Avatar,
The costuming,
the Avatar,
everything.
and how Iroh is an actual asshole.
Iroh is the best part of the fucking series.
But in the live action one, they made him
I have
a
very strong feelings.
super
about that
big
show.
asshole.
Yeah, I know. And literally, what pisses me off the most is that the races are all so wrong.
Yeah, like the Fire Nation is supposed to be Japan, and in the live action one, they're Indian. Like, what is that?
Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
The different races of the caste system. I didn't guess it.
Whatever, it's fine.
Okay. Anyway, completely related.
Anger.
Also, thank you, Chad, and I appreciate the birthday wishes.
Okay, so Finn's here, and Foster is very, very unhappy about the fact that there's animals on the property. She is just deeply, deeply disturbed about the fact that there's
Honestly,
animals.
You know that, like, you can't trust somebody if they don't like animals.
But I will trust
right?
a dog if they don't like someone.
Yeah.
Also fair.
Because dogs are smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know,
It's kind of like
trust
J-Paw.
someone if they're like,
dogs
oh,
because
I hate
people suck.
animals.
Yeah. Pretty
And
much.
Tate's just so excited about everything. He's like,
It's like, chickens, horses.
yeah, he's like, I love this. This is amazing. And this is when he like passes her a carton of eggs because he's broing out with Finn. And she's like, you're fucking misogynist. Do you think I'm just gonna cook you breakfast? And he's like, it's not because you're a woman. I was talking and I thought you were making breakfast.
Yeah.
He's like, also, I've been doing all the cooking, so I just assumed.
Like, I thought you'd want to eat. Maybe I thought you'd do the courteous thing and cook the other person that you're also traveling around with breakfast.
Yeah, also,
He's like, you kidnapped me. Can you cook for me?
Yeah, right?
That's nice, right?
And then Finn's like, I need to go get the UTV. And I don't know, as someone who grew up in the South, I know what a UTV is.
Also, we got
Thank
just
you.
another.
Real quick. Thank you.
Wait.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Happy Emancipation Day to me.
No,
I
removal day, because you were a tumor baby.
That's right. I was a tumor baby that had to be.
You were
removed.
extracted too?
I was
Yeah,
extracted.
I can't say
Extraction,
anything.
I was a week early and extracted.
I was 5 days late.
Validation.
I was over 2 weeks late and extracted.
Related drafts.
I wanted to
Also-
curb stomp from the very beginning.
We have another example of them using a word that I didn't pick up on this, but a word when there's a perfectly normal word that would have sufficed because they're going through the animals they have there, right? Okay, I understand the need for chickens. I understand the need for cats because if you've got livestock, you're going to have hay, which brings mice, so you need cats.
You can't.
I understand the goats. I understand the cow. The sheep. A sheep is a bit random.
Yeah, having one sheep feels weird.
And one pig. Those two are just like, why do you have one pig or one sheep? But anyway, but then they also have one burro, and I'm like, what the fuck is a burro? It's a donkey.
Yeah, in America, that's actually pretty common for like farms to have a bunch of animals and one donkey.
No,
They
no,
call
but
it a
they call it in.
Yeah, that's not
Burro.
weird.
Yeah, to me, it's weird.
To call it a burr?
A
That is-
burro.
A boodle.
Oh, burro. Okay.
Yeah.
In
In
Portland,
literature, it's
Oregon.
weird.
It's
In
very,
Oregon.
it's very strange to change
Just
languages.
call it a okay. But can we also, babe? We were talking about this, right? Because we were talking about this.
So burro is the Spanish word for burro is the Spanish word for donkey. People in
Yes.
Oregon don't call them burros.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know why they'd use
No.
the Spanish name for it.
Okay, sorry.
Think they do. I would
Sorry.
expect
But
that out
babe,
of like,
what we were sorry.
I would expect that out of like Colorado, not the Pacific Northwest.
But babe, what we were saying like yesterday, or no, Monday, when we were just talking to each other, was that something that was really weird about this book is that without Damien, they need like a big word outlet, and they don't have it, so they just toss them in.
Yeah.
They just toss them in where they don't go, and like their writing style is not.
Laziness.
Their writing style is not conducive to big words. It's just not. And you know what? That's okay. If you're writing young adult, sometimes you just don't have room for big words, and it's okay. And you don't need to have big words that nobody knows. It's fine. That's fine because
Yeah,
you're trying
like-
to get people to read your shit and not hate it. So it's fine.
Right. Yeah.
But
Writing
instead,
about the book club is
Volodinous
insane.
Cheeks is in here for no fucking reason.
Yeah, if your audience needs a thesaurus to understand your modern book, you did done right wrong.
You did done right wrong indeed.
So,
Okay, also, okay, just about the horses, right?
mhm.
She sees the horses, right? And she, like, Foster sees them and she goes, they're not horses. Staring out at the pasture at the almost identical dapple gray Hulk-sized creatures. I'm sorry, people who doesn't know what a horse is effectively does not know the term dapple gray.
Yeah.
Well, she did give them predatory front-facing eyes.
Yeah,
so-
that's true. Yeah.
All right, we're trying to figure out a headphone situation because my AirPods are going to die, and normally, you just switch them out. But
Just do what mine does and just let it, while they charge for a bit, just
Well,
go to
we have two, both
just go
AirPods.
to speaker. Just go to speaker for a minute.
Doubly elite.
Okay. Where? Oh yeah. So she's now also suddenly into Tate. Also,
Yeah.
just so you know. And then
Because he's fangirling over the chickens.
yeah, and she's like, "Oh my god, he's so cute." Wait, what?
Also, like, can we all admit this makes no fucking sense?
Not the role. Okay, I texted y'all this, but I'm gonna say it for the people. Y'all all know I'm a sucker for romance. Y'all know that, like, even in a bad book, I'm like, all right, that was cute. Nothing in this was cute.
No, nothing in this was cute.
Not a
Nothing.
damn thing.
Even a scene that would have been like, okay, like the Rock and Robin scene could have potential, like that had cute potential if, you know, the characters were slightly likable and if it wasn't, you know, in a book. Because honestly, any time where a narrator has to do lyrics in a book,
Do you have that pulled up?
yes, I do, but we're not there yet.
Okay.
I'm going to wait till we get there. But I have it. 'Cause that was awful.
So then, like, so he goes and fucks off with the, you know, animals, and the essence of Cora is starting to talk to her, so we can talk to dead people as well.
She's hallucinating.
And then she finds Dr. Rick's notes, and she finds out that her and Tate are heir, as well as like there's like years listed, and it's so stupid. The years represent like the states that they were born in. Yes.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Can I
I'm
just
also
say- I just
Yeah.
want to say this. This would have been possibly in the right hands, in the right editor's hands, interesting if we hadn't seen the bad guy stuff. Writing
Yeah.
advice from Book Club with Bay. This is why you don't give away the plot in chapter 2. Okay? Okay.
Also, this is more of, this isn't their fault. This is a culture difference. This is what you guys call a utility vehicle.
Right.
You ready for our ones?
Is it an SUV?
No.
I tried.
Wait. Oh, okay, I guess we're going to eBay then. That's ours. We call them utes. You call them pickup trucks. So when I say UTV, like it's a utility vehicle, I'm picturing a ute, not an ATV, not a quad bike.
I want a Holden. I want a Holden Ute so bad, just because they're so ridiculous.
Actually, Stixie's last work ute was a Holden, I believe. Yes. I'm proud of that it was a Ford.
Here.
You just have a headphone situation sorted now?
It's sorted. Can I be heard?
Yay.
Am I heard?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
You are heard.
It'll
You
also
are
be
heard. You are
your
important. You are
company now.
valid.
That's right. Timing is everything.
So okay. So she goes outside to find Tate, who is like trying to do something to cheer up, and she's like, "Oh my god, that's so cute." And then so like a horse spooks her, and she like air cannons his ass.
She what?
She air cannons his ass. You heard her.
He like air blast. You know what I mean?
I don't like this person.
Just now.
I mean,
It
no,
took you
but,
this long.
no, but still.
One of the horses' names is Calliope.
Interesting.
Calliope. I don't know what the
Calliope the
other one's
horse.
name is.
I'm not surprised. And then she gets super like excited, and then he calls her cute, even though she just shot him with an air cannon up his ass.
Oh, I thought she shot the horse with an air cannon.
Both. Both.
Yes.
Both.
Oh, also yes.
No, I was
Also,
on his
yes.
page. I thought she shot the horse with the air thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's a little bit of both.
Who got with the air thing?
Everyone.
Oh.
Everyone got.
We got. They
I think it was
got.
mainly. I think it was mainly Tate that got.
Yes.
Okay.
Because Calliope was also already like, this bitch is crazy and was already trotting away.
Got some anti-carrot vibes going on.
And they're trying to flirt then, and it was just really bad with
It
like
was.
pop culture references. And then they go to Google something and they see a weather report in Vermont, which is not mentioned ever again.
Yep. Also they brought Captain Planet into this too.
Yes, that's
Right.
it. That was the
Where the Planeteers, and she's like, the fuck is a Planeteer? And he's like, Captain Planet, early 90s, and she goes, I'm not that old. It's like, who doesn't know what Captain Planet is?
We all know. Okay, were we all like? Were we all cognizant beings like when Captain Planet was like super popular? I don't think we were.
I was.
I was.
that means he was.
Huh? Do what? Yes, I remember Captain Planet, that communist propaganda.
Yeah, but it had the best freaking theme song ever.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
well,
know,
Addie
we
and I
all support
weren't, but we
socialism
know
as long
who
as
it has a
Captain
catchy
Planet
jingle.
is.
Yes.
It was like literally half my grade's ringtone in year 7.
So there's hella weird storms in Vermont, and that's when they figure out the year of the state thing, and they're like, "Oh my god!" So we can locate where the states are from.
Also, Tate refers to Foster as Miss Millennial at one point.
Yeah, which
What?
doesn't
She's
make
not even
sense.
she's not even a millennial.
She's a Gen Zer. And
They didn't
also,
have
like,
to be
why
yet.
millennials? Because TJ and I technically aren't millennials. We're cusp babies because we have
Yeah.
millennial knowledge, but we're also cusp babies.
Yeah, like it depends on which, because each generation also depending on which method you're using, the start and end dates.
Yeah, for me it depends too, because I'm either right at the very end of the millennial gap and right at the very or right at the very beginning of the Gen Z, and I am not Gen Z.
Yeah, I don't
grew up-
consider myself
I grew up
either.
in rural Northeast Georgia. The societal curve is slowed by about 2 or 3 years. So I think I grew up pretty millennial, because I relate a lot more to the older generations than I do the younger.
Yeah, the method that we use, it's like each generation's about a 20-year time span, and I'm like
Yeah.
a mid-millennial. Like I'm the oldest of the younger half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And we're like, and Addie and I are like right where we're the last possible people.
Because
that
we're
we consider
'97
millennials.
kiddos, and
We're
the
the last
boys,
possible people that anybody
you
would
and
consider a
the boy
millennial.
are born in the same year.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I don't know,
Foster is not a millennial.
I'd rather
Foster
be
is
millennial
Gen
than
Z.
Gen Z. So
Yeah, right. So now we're with Eve again, and she's approaching Mark, and again with the weird, odd sexual tension.
Right?
Just so weird.
Isn't he her biological father?
No, it's with Mark,
Oh, yeah, Mark
Oh,
is one of the
right.
brothers. But
which is a whole other can of worms.
okay, so of the 3 brothers
The
and
man
dad,
she called brother.
yeah, only daughter and father are biologically related. I don't think any of the brothers are biologically
They're
related
not.
to each other, and they're not related to Eve or Dr. Rick. But he rapes
What?
them.
the drinking method is funny.
At first, I thought you said he rapes them, and I was like, what?
Yeah, we didn't get to that part. We didn't get to that part.
That's next book, babe. Come on. I wouldn't be
That's more
surprised.
I
convenient.
wouldn't either. I wouldn't put it past them.
Oh, God.
Familial rape is something they've done.
Yes, it is. Nefret's curse.
Who hasn't?
Oh. Is there something you'd like to admit to the council, sir?
You'd like to tell the council?
Nah.
Nah.
Are you
Nah.
are
Nah.
you ready to be slut shamed? Is it time to slut shame?
I plead the 5th.
That's the spirit.
Okay. So Mark is like, I think we should kill Dad, and she's like, you fucking what?
What, mate?
And
You
it's
what?
just stupid. And
Like, why are we here?
yeah, I don't understand. Like, it's a stupid conversation where it's just like, we should kill Rick, and then they're like, no, or she's like, no, and oh yeah, so he's also like, well, Dad's an addict. He's just addicted to your crystals. He doesn't love you and like all this
He
stuff.
only likes you for your rocks.
You don't like your body.
And then this is the poem. This is
The poem.
the come to me,
The
and
poem, as Miss Steele
everyone-
would say,
everyone together. Earth,
come to
come
me.
to me.
God.
It's a House of Night joke.
No, I know. You explained it.
It's awful. So I wrote fucking Christ on a cracker, Earth, come to me and destroy this poem. And she's like, no, what we should do is we should go for Tate. That's what we should do. Oh my gosh, it's so clear. And they don't. I mean, they do that, but it's stupid. Who cares? And then we're with Charlotte. And I wrote down, who the fuck is Charlotte?
I know. I was like, what the fuck are we doing?
Are we ready for my South Carolina rant?
Oh, I am so
Yeah.
ready for this because I have so
So-
many things to say about this.
Yes, because Charlotte is leaving South Carolina.
Okay, first of all,
she's leaving North Carolina to South Carolina.
Okay,
Oh.
hold on.
She's on her way to
hold on.
Texas.
Yes.
Hold on. Okay. She's I-85 is a nondescript superhighway of boredom when it's in cities. Bitch has never been to fucking Atlanta.
Yeah,
Okay.
for real.
Clearly.
And
Secondly,
she's gonna have to drive through Atlanta if she's going 85 south. At least the
Right.
interstate's right. I mean, that's
Yes. Yeah.
and then secondly, she's like, when it's not in the cities and it's not being a superhighway of boredom, at least it's pretty in trees. You can't see the fucking trees because of all the fucking trucks because I-85 is busy the whole fucking way. Okay.
Not now.
not now.
Not now. It's a fucking dream. There is no one out.
Now
It
is
was-
the time to
okay,
drive
this
these
wasn't
people.
written during the big Rona. Okay.
The kung flu, as it were.
Yeah.
Kung
Yeah.
flu. Oh no.
That is actually
How
what 60
sick
refers
and
to it as.
So okay, for my part of the rant, she stops in Spartanburg, South Carolina. I live near Spartanburg, because it's not that far from Columbia.
No, it is not.
And there are more gas stations than just a stupid little podunk 2 thing. There's QTs everywhere. There's Loves everywhere. There's
Yeah,
stuff
Spartanburg
everywhere.
is not like this hole in the wall.
No,
it's not.
Spartanburg is like a major exit
You
because like
thought-
even going on 20 west,
Yeah,
you see signs
there's
for
an
Spartanburg.
airport 5
You
miles
call it-
north of it.
You are talking as though they would ever degrade themselves to actually research such a place. But also
Oh,
check
yeah,
out that
no.
spelling.
They'd have to label themselves
Oh,
racist
yeah.
for
Oh,
researching
yeah.
the South.
Oh yeah, their depiction of Southern people is just always.
I did
Yeah,
it, Grandma.
also-
I've officially departed the state of North Carolina forever.
It's pretty
Sounding like
public knowledge.
Scarlett.
It's in my author
Oh,
bio that I live in
wow.
South Carolina. So and where I go to school.
Yeah.
So it because remember we had the joke that I moved to Columbia.
Yes, Columbia.
And yeah, we had that joke going on for a while. So it's not really doxing myself. It's a pretty big city, so you won't find me.
Colombia.
Columbia.
Columbia. There- And also, South Carolina, yeah, sure, there's some podunk people, but like, it's not filled with just podunk people. It's Southern. Most Southerners are nice. Okay, my experience, most Southerners are nice.
Nicer than Yankees.
I can't
Much better
remember
than Yankees.
Carolina,
Oh, yeah.
but One Tree Hill and Dawson's Creek and that they're in one of the Carolinas. I think it's south.
Yeah.
Like those were like really popular shows with like
I sure hope
relatively
so.
normal teen drama people in it. It's fine.
Well, you can't put those in like the southern states anymore, or God forbid. And the other thing is like, and then her grandmother says, because my dear, too many southern men folk think
Life is a battle.
Men folk.
Man folk.
Which is
Yeah.
why you're fleeing this, which is the only reason you're fleeing the South. And I said, fuck off.
To Texas.
She's moving to Texas.
To Texas.
Yeah, Texas
Wait,
is
that-
totally this. If you're looking for a liberal, progressive paradise, I'll tell you where to go.
Texas.
Austin.
Texas.
Austin,
Downtown
Texas.
Austin.
That's your only safe haven.
Downtown Austin. It's happening.
I like.
Don't remind me.
It's a conspiracy.
I feel like she should have gone to LA.
LA.
Wow.
No, but she was drawn to Texas, remember? Because that's where Bastian is.
Yeah, but you know what they have in LA?
Water.
What?
I said, you know what they have in LA?
What?
Beaches.
Illegals.
Yeah, I know. Did you guys hear that?
No.
I'm gonna. Okay, don't say it.
Okay.
Um.
Oh,
So this guy.
Pay Austin with an I or with a Y.
Yes.
What?
I sent it to you guys in side chat.
Yes.
Oh,
That
Lol.
they
I
have
mean,
those.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not.
So the guy at the gas station's being creepy to her, which there's no gas station on the planet where they're like, we need to see your ID in order to get a bathroom key.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
That's not a thing. And then also, I've stopped at plenty of gas stations in South Carolina.
This guy's name is Floyd. Carry on.
I've stopped
I have a
at
dog
plenty,
named Floyd.
I've stopped at plenty of gas stations in South Carolina. You're perfectly safe in South Carolina, sweetie. None of this would have happened in South Carolina. Like, you're fucking fine. In the middle of the day in South Carolina, you can be a female and you can be alone. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah. Also, like I'm pretty sure I can't remember why we were discussing it, but I'm pretty sure in a recent book club we were saying like aren't like people of the South like stereotypes for being overly hospitable.
Yes.
Yes.
Southern
yes.
hospitality.
Southern hospitality. Waffle House.
Waffle
Thank
House.
you.
Hey,
Not a
Wahoo.
Hey,
It's
Waffle
a
House.
Wahoo.
Not a house, it's a home.
Dude, so the Waffle House near his place is like closed, right? Because they're closed. And I was like, this is the saddest thing I've ever seen for a southern city. Is a Waffle
is,
House with its
honestly.
lights off.
Honestly.
Never happened before.
It's never happened.
Wow.
It has never happened.
Okay. But so she has like a pep talk to herself because the guy's like, oh, you don't look like this. Like this isn't your name's Charles over there. What the hell? It's
Yeah.
stupid. It's just
Yeah. So it's
it wouldn't happen
The
in real
only reason this scene happened is literally because it's
So we
literally
can
so it
know
could be
that
like,
they're just trans.
hey, she's trans.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it would
but
never
like-
happen this way.
No, it
Yeah,
would
so
never happen this way.
yeah, because he's already done the whole let's see a smile love thing, but in a like bumpkin way, I guess.
Yeah.
And then he's like, see, I knew your smile would be pretty, and it sure is. So let's see if your name is as pretty as your smile. You don't look like a Charles, sis. I'm going to need to see your driver's license. And then she does the whole, Charles was the name I was given at birth, and I am who I am today,
Yeah.
And then the conversation ends with him rubbing the bulge in his crotch, saying, I'll bet you give one hell of a BJ.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
And
So,
that, ladies and
hey,
gentlemen,
I didn't catch
how-
that.
Is it
how you make us
realistic
feel.
Okay,
that an interaction?
I have receipts.
I have a question. Do you think that if I were to visit Addie in South Carolina and I had to stop for gas, do you think it would be reasonable for me to go inside of that gas station and expect that I
To
would
be verbally accosted or physically accosted?
and that do you think it would be reasonable for me to expect to go in there and not have somebody say to me, I bet you give one hell of a BJ? Do you think that's reasonable?
Yeah, it's fairly reasonable.
Pretty fucking reasonable.
Pretty fucking reasonable.
While
It would
he's
never
rubbing,
While he's rubbing his bulge in
Well,
his
You
in
kind
his
of
jeans.
you have to seek out those.
like I have literal receipts that this is an actual line in
No,
the book.
it is.
Look at it.
Christ.
It is a real line in this fucking book. It is garbage. This would never happen.
Well, yeah, I
ever.
mean it's fiction for a
No.
reason.
Yeah,
This
but the
would not
problem with the cast is they have fiction that's urban fantasy fiction, and they fuck it all up,
They
man.
also have delusional fiction.
Well, this whole thing is just like a hate letter to anything that's not Portland or Tulsa, I guess.
No, because they're kind of anti-Tulsa in season 2 because Tulsa's too fucking right wing for them, isn't it?
Yeah, I
Like,
guess. This is a hate letter to anything that's pumpkin-y.
Yeah, it's filled with the Yokies, and fuck them.
Yeah. That's where they're at.
Ew, these people don't like the government. I can't be here. Ew.
So, we are with, we're with Bastian now, who is not French whatsoever. He's a surfer.
Wait. Sorry, just before we get to Bastion, because she ends up having to go into the men's room, right?
Yes, he does.
Because he won't give her the key for the ladies' room, and she goes in and she throws up, right? She has a little freak out. She throws up and then she looks at herself in the mirror and she's like, "I am perfect. Don't let them win, Charlotte. Remember, you're priceless."
Which, like, look, you know,
She is a strong.
look,
Independent.
insert progressive something here because, like, I agree, but also this just wouldn't happen because you don't need an ID to get into a bathroom.
No.
Well, also, I don't know if it's really common habit there, but like here, especially like because we have like, do you guys have like commonly tap, like, you know how when you came you were like, oh, you can tap everywhere?
Send that to me.
Oh yeah.
And that's
On
the
like
thing
on the credit card
Yeah.
payment
Yeah.
things.
The wave tap.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can do pay wave and all that stuff
Right.
now. Yeah. Like, honestly, now people get really sus on people that try and take their cards off of them. Because even if
Really?
you don't have tap, the thing is right in front of you and you do it yourself. They don't touch your card ever.
Yeah. A lot. There's not very many places that you still give them your card here. At least not that maybe like old places that are like that are out in the country, but that's still pretty rare.
In Spartanburg, though?
No, not in Spartanburg. No.
In Spartanburg, you can swipe your own damn card, okay? I swear.
Fine. What the
What
fuck
did
is that?
What did it say? What did the actual?
They're reacting to your meme.
Yes. So the guy that commented is my best friend.
They know
I
she's
have
met
known-
him.
I have known. Well, this is for Mara because Mara has met neither of us. I
That's
have known
true.
him for more than 10 years.
Why you look at me though? Anyways, so we're with
Anymore.
Bastian. He is a surfer boy from Louisiana, and he is like,
Wait, a who now?
he's a surfer
You know that surfer's paradise, Louisiana. Are you surfing on Gatorback?
Hey,
Like what?
that's where the pros are made. Okay.
what's the name of his place again?
Louisiana.
No.
Oh, this is so good.
No, it's Acadia something. Aki or something. I forget.
Can you send
Yeah,
the spelling so I
You
can?
spelled it earlier, and it was so off. I don't remember it.
So Fargo.
Have you told them about my safe spelling?
No, I'm not going to.
Oh, come on.
No.
It's worth it.
What is it?
I'm interested.
Safe.
All right, fine. Tell the
It is
people.
horribly incorrect,
Okay.
but phonetically correct.
Okay.
Okay.
What is it?
PSEIGHPH is pronounced the exact same way as SAFE.
He's not wrong.
I hate it.
I hate it. I hate it.
You know how we were talking about Faith versus Faith and Casey versus Casey and Austin versus Austin and all the other shit?
Yes, and Coatharin.
Oh, who knows?
Coatharin. Like if you were to, babe, look,
Acadiano.
Coatharin.
Wait, what? Is that Catherine?
That's
Yes.
Quatherin.
Coatharin.
Quatherin.
Yeah, like so. There's Faith, and then there's Faith, and then there's Casey and Casey.
From the other series we're reading. And because her Faith's real name is Catherine, like first name is Catherine.
Spelled
Did you
like
say-
that?
No, that was a joke.
It's not spelled like that, but it should have been since they spelled Faith the second way.
And the whole moral of that conversation was don't give your kids weird spelling names. It's rude.
Yeah, try telling that to white suburban American moms.
Just be nice to your kids, okay?
I was gonna Google something. Wait, what was it
Wait,
again?
What city does he live in?
Yeah, you just said
Okay,
it.
so he's
I was
from.
gonna Google it.
No, he just says the region. Okay, I've got it. I've got. Let me just do a screen share thing.
Yeah, please.
Okay. So it's that.
Like just this area.
Yeah, it's the French Louisiana region. It doesn't.
This is where he surfed.
Like
Okay.
when I search Acadia.
How do you feel about that?
I have
Okay.
strong opinions about things.
French
What's your strong opinion about that?
Louisiana.
We'd like to know. People, we'd like to know.
No.
You
wouldn't.
learn to surf off the wake boat of an airboat while gator fishing.
Fucking
Okay,
right.
so this looks like it's the French region-ish.
French Quarter.
So you get that little bit of coast right here.
Is that accurate?
Yeah, but like,
Is there surfing there? Because
No.
no.
No,
It's the Gulf of Mexico. There are no waves, right?
pretty much.
It's a very, very meager wave.
Yeah.
We've been to the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, I was gonna say, TJ, we vacationed there as kids.
There's
Yeah,
still,
there's no
still the
waves
moon.
there. We
There's
were
still the
disappointed.
moon, but there's not great waves.
Like, yes, there are waves because ocean, but like that's about it.
No, but because moon.
Yes, scientifically, yes, because moon, but also there aren't waves when there's not water, so because ocean.
Yeah, so it's just that's where all surfer boys are born.
But he's
Louisiana.
a surfer boy from Louisiana. It's just the book, all right?
It's in the fucking voice.
And he, I think, is like sleeping on a beach or something, and he gets harassed, and then gets offered a job, and then that's it.
My
What the
dick.
fuck is this book?
I'm fucking nuts.
That's a great question.
This book is torture, is what it is.
Yes. Can confirm.
So,
Oh, the guy's name isn't even. His actual name is Richie, but he just calls him Dickie in his head.
one of his boss's brother, yes.
Okay. I missed that bit. Never mind. Oh my god. This
Okay,
picture.
we are like not even halfway done. We need to like get
Yes,
a
yes,
move
we need to
on.
redo.
I know. But let's just bring up this picture of Bastion and Dickie.
Why is Bastion like?
Partially grey at 17. I don't know.
Well,
No, it's a skunk spot.
why does he look 90?
That's a 17-year-old?
That's a 17.
No, it's
He,
not.
he
Yes,
yes,
stays
yes.
away
You're
from
doing a lie.
I'm not doing
He
a lie to
stays
you.
away from
Would I
18.
lie to you?
Doing
Absolutely.
it dishonest. Santa is frowning right now.
Hold on, sneaky.
Well,
Oh,
Was his
sneaky.
nose severely broken and pushed to the side?
Yes.
Yes.
Just
Okay.
glad.
We're not halfway through this book. We need
Yes,
to move.
yes, we need to Yep. Okay. So Tate's talking to his grandfather, and he knows everything at this point. Foster doesn't know that Tate told Grampy everything.
Get it, you babe.
Also, because they're on Solvi Island.
Solvi Island. Yeah.
Soviet Island.
They call the house the Fortress of Servitude.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do indeed.
Oh, am I so
Damn, boy, it's good to hear your voice again.
Hey, boy. Real good to hear your voice again.
Pretty mouth.
You got a pretty mouth, boy.
I can't.
that is how that is spelled.
Our
babe.
fortress is soft. Look.
That's pronounced sous vide. I'm pretty sure. Like, there's a wine that's like spelled like that. It's pronounced sous vide because French.
Sauvie. Tude. Yertude. Sauviertude.
Solitude.
I'm not
Dean
gonna
Paul,
lie though.
Queer doesn't mean weird anymore. You know that, right?
It does actually, but okay.
Like it's
Like,
okay. If you, like it's not his fault that it was co-opted.
Leave
said
them
that-
alone.
So, this is when we get the lovely. Oh, you were injected. Your genetic
With
code was
O2!
injected with oxygen. And I was so outraged. I stopped him, and I was like, because he was playing games. I was like, "Hey, tell me if this makes sense." And what did you say? You were
Yeah.
like, "No." You were so
What is it?
Yeah.
about the O2 injection into the embryo.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
That just,
are we-
that just causes your DNA to, just not
Break down.
coalesce. Yeah.
Yeah, are we ready for the explanation?
Yes,
Then
please
Lynn
read
Boy-
it.
Because he's like, you might want to sit down. He's like, I'm in a phone booth. Best I can do is lean. He's like, then lean, boy, and listen up. I believe you and Foster and the rest of those kids were altered on a genetic level. I can't figure out the whole thing. Wish I'd finished my damn doctorate. I might know more. But from what I can piece together, during the gastrulation phase of in vitro fertilization, Stewart inserted organic material directly into your cells, and then he used gamma rays to irradiate that material and your cells. Gastrulation, that's the early phase of an embryo when it's still a blastula, right? When a bunch of important stuff happens, right? Yes, boy, very important, as in setting a foundation for who or what the embryo becomes. My working hypothesis is that your DNA has been joined with organic material and altered. And then when
Oh no, he's going to grab a physics book.
Okay. He's like, I need to be there for the time being. I got to keep researching. If I can figure out exactly what he did to each of you, it might help you learn to control your powers. At least you can figure out the extent of your powers. For instance, I believe the organic material that he irradiated and joined with you and yours, with yours and Foster's DNA is basically O2. Oxygen, yep, good old air, is an organic material now.
Is there an organic material?
No, organic literally means that
Carbon.
organic means it contains carbon.
Yeah. So
So he has a physics degree. He literally just brought out a physics book.
Literally, all organic
Yeah.
means that has
What
carbon,
did you
and
get out?
that is definitely not a word you could use to describe oxygen. Because one element can contain another element.
here, we gave you gamma irradiated carbon into your DNA. Good luck.
I hope you like painful death.
Yeah.
Well, you're an embryo at that stage.
Enjoy
like,
being born
enjoy,
as a
enjoy being miscarried.
yeah, exactly.
Enjoy
Basically.
being sludge,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
DNA.
Yeah. And the organic material he joined to the
Being an
next is hydrogen with oxygen. Wait,
Water.
What?
water? Yes, exactly. It is water.
You mean
And
dihydrogen monoxide?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. She choked on her water earlier, and I said, it might contain one oxygen, but it's those two hydrogens that really get to you.
DNA.
Oh god, this was so stupid. And then he's like, "What if I called you
Just don't
Peter Parker?"
explain it.
Yeah, literally, just don't. It would have been
Yeah.
so much better if they didn't explain it.
Well, don't
Okay, all he had to do was say, I can't understand the science of what he did, but I can tell you, though, that it all leads to you doing an air shit.
Yes.
Not a literal air shit, okay?
Oh no, I wrote down what he said.
That's Mara. That's called a fart.
So I wrote down what he said when I told him about this. He wrote down, "This is the side that claims they're on the side of science, ladies and gentlemen."
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, also, GPAR, this isn't science fiction. This is science fact.
Exactly.
Best quote ever.
And then
It's almost on par with the books where it's like I'm pretty sure that this happens in the Lux series. Kitten, this isn't a book. It's real life.
Kitten, this isn't a book. It's real life. You can't just do it. Kitten.
Well, in real
Kitten.
life,
stop.
This isn't a book.
Stop.
It's real life.
Stop. I will take away mic privileges.
Okay, Sid.
She's scared I'm being too funny.
God.
Do you want to know the most frustrating thing about GPAR?
Yes.
His
Yeah.
existence.
Other than that, the fact that the P isn't capitalized, it's capital G hyphen little p little a.
That's pretty bad actually. I haven't seen it typed out, but that's horrible.
That's how it's typed out. Cheepaw. That's what they call him in narrative.
DNA.
God. They truly do hate the South. Good God.
I'll tell you what they hate is the English language, apparently.
Yeah. No, they enjoy raping the English language on a
They
daily
do
basis.
enjoy raping the English language for fun.
Oh God! But then G-Paw
Guys, what
reveals,
if one day PC and Kristen Cass see one of these streams?
dude,
I
they're gonna
hope they
block
do.
us on all social media.
She tweeted me back once because one day
She tweeted me back once too.
Well, one time I literally asked her, "Hey, if you fuck somebody who's like the equivalent of the other you in the other world, is that cheating?" And she was like, "Of course not," even though of course it is.
Of course it is. You absolute psychopath.
If you fuck somebody who's not your significant other, it's cheating. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because didn't Zoe kiss other Stark?
Yes.
Well, you obviously hadn't read this book yet. Otherwise, you'd know the answer that you're just a misogynist if you can't date someone
Exactly.
and be allowed to fuck someone else.
You're
No, that's from
obviously
House of Night.
you're obviously not comfortable in your sexuality.
This is why we want the Starks to just run off together into the sunset.
yeah, I know. I want the two Starks to just like mate.
How dare you be so?
But is that masturbation?
Is that would that be cloning?
How dare you be so selfish as to want to have one person to have sex with and say, you know what, you're it. You're gonna be the person I have sex with, and we're gonna have
Exclusive
offspring.
sex.
Yeah, we're gonna have offspring. I don't want you to have sex with anyone else, or else I'm gonna be kind of upset.
Right.
What?
How
What do you
fucking
mean?
dare you, Chris?
It's almost
I
like
know.
How fucking dare
it's
you?
it's not like that. Those are, at least in Western culture, the typical rules of engagement when it comes to relationships.
Yeah, not at
or
all.
anything.
Not at all.
Yeah. Or shall we ask?
Yeah, at least in Western culture, there's ages of restriction.
What? What are you saying, Mara?
If Stark and other Stark bone, is it masturbation?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely, it is.
Probably.
I mean, you could argue that no, it's not because it's not a single consciousness.
But it's the same consciousness, just in two different bodies.
It
No, but
is.
that's what I'm saying is it's not really the same consciousness. If
No,
it's two
it's-
different bodies, if they
But
don't,
they
sh-
would.
No,
but they
it's-
don't share a
it's-
hive mind. If they
it's-
share a
That's true.
hive mind,
It's
Oh, they have the
masturbation.
same
No, but
soul. They share a soul.
it's
They do share
fifth
a soul.
dimensional masturbation. Okay.
At least Zoe's dead in the other universe, because then he can't be corrupted.
It's fifth
I
dimensional
know.
masturbation.
I know, but other Stark has already been corrupted because he met
Real Zoe.
his real Zoe and he's in love with her from a distance.
Fuck my entire life. That comes out in July, guys. We have
Well,
Okay.
Stark and other Stark meet next book, so
I know, that's
I need them
confirmed.
to
You know,
make-
I hope that they run off into the sunset together.
God,
leave Zoe behind. Leave her toxic ass like just in the dust.
Oh! I just remembered as well the freaking holy sweatshirt.
oh no.
Oh, I can ask you this.
what?
Hey,
what?
Hey, I have a question.
What?
Would you find a
No,
disgust-
absolutely not.
Can I finish the question?
You can try.
Would you find a disgusting
like holy like a sweatshirt with tons of holes in it, and like not
with
with
holes
nachos.
perfectly placed just over her nipples.
just holes perfectly placed over the nipples. Which
Now, are you saying whole
yeah,
or like whole?
I
either
think
one.
Like
like
it's small hole.
like just
okay. So what about them?
if we were to sit down and
If
eat
you were
nachos
trying-
together on the floor, if I were wearing just that, would that be acceptable?
I'd be curious as to the hoodie's origin. First and foremost.
It would depend on the situation. Was it a home craft?
Still one.
Or did you buy it?
Yeah, exactly.
Wasn't it his?
It was dark.
It's his old one that has become so ragged it's holy.
It just
and
has holes around the
it's
nipples.
So wait, wait. So this was his workout. This is my head canon here. This was his jogging hoodie.
Yes.
And there's one
Yes.
of two explanations
Good.
that his
Good.
nipples were so raw from the rubbing against
Yeah.
that he only cut out around the nipple,
That is
or
exactly-
that
exactly
the
where my head
sensation of the hoodie was so purely sexual that his nipples got so hard and wore holes in the hoodie.
Oh
I'm
God!
I'm
I
sorry,
choose to
babe,
believe
but
the former.
sweatshirt stays on during sex.
Yeah. Sorry, boys. Sorry, girls. Sweatshirt stays on during sex. Socks
But-
and sweatshirt both.
socks.
Okay.
No.
Yes.
If Faye was like, I'm going to surprise you with a seduction, and you walked in and she was wearing that with a bowl of nachos in front of her, would you be seduced?
Would
No,
that
see,
be
no.
fit-
What she would need to be doing
Hey,
is
Dave, you
laying
should've
spread
made
eagle
nachos.
with the bowl of nachos between her legs, placed strategically so that I can't.
Fuck.
If she
This
did
is fun,
that,
guys.
then it's definitely working.
That's some artwork there.
Yeah, that's
I
like
think we're more traumatized by now.
That's
image
called
of-
that's called a proper meat and cheese platter.
yeah, it's called romance. That's what it's called. Christian, you and I should write romance novels. We could do better than this bullshit.
Good. Oh my god.
I had blocked that scene from my mind. Like that was not in my brain anymore.
Like, okay, it doesn't ever specifically say that the holes are placed exactly there, but she says it's holy, and he kisses her nipple through the hole, so we just assumed.
Does she like mention that it's like particularly drafty or anything like that, or?
I don't even remember what book it happens in, so I don't want. Oh, it's probably. I know it's in
The
season
first
2.
Otherworld book. The first Otherworld book.
His want of
Okay.
excess of
That's
air
a-
conditioning is
I'm pretty-
exceedingly obvious.
I'm pretty sure the first scene is her setting up that whole thing, and she put time and effort into this.
And she is in charge of all the vampires in North America, ladies and gentlemen.
Maybe the
Wait,
author owns.
That
Maybe
is the scene. That is the scene that triggered.
Maybe the author owns a nippleless sweatshirt.
on your forehead.
That scene is what, they?
The scene that triggered Addie saying that he would put a gold star on her forehead for effort.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's what you said. That Christian put a gold star on your forehead forever. No, I said
Whoa.
that.
Oh,
Yeah, no, she did.
I
Okay.
said that.
Yep. Oh God. Okay. So we're finally halfway through this book,
So
by
we
the
need
way.
to get through this book, God damn it.
Okay.
We're
All right.
3 hours in. We gotta move.
We're zeroing in now. This is just what happens, I guess, when the boys come in. It's just
Whoa.
degeneracy.
You know, I have to wonder. Sorry, I know you're trying to get back to the book, but I have to wonder if the author doesn't own
A nipply hoodie.
a nippleless sweatshirt. Yes,
She's not married.
Trying to project that it's totally normal.
I feel like that's an eliminating factor.
She doesn't seem like she mates with people. She hates men.
We're
I
pretty
like that you had to put a caveat in there and say people.
One, she
yeah.
only to have sex with her, and only she can have sex with them.
Do they know what these two look like? Because they are at the end of this book. Give me a sec.
Is
Oh,
there an
yes.
illustration of the nippless hoodie?
No.
No. This is the
It's a
author.
different book.
Did they take the time to illustrate that?
No, it's a
If they
different
did,
book.
I'd go out and buy this book immediately.
It's a
Just for that.
completely different series. Just buy these people.
This is what the authors look like.
It's pretty small. I'm sorry.
Do they look lonely?
That is the mother and that is the daughter. They write these books together. That's what makes it all even creepier.
A mother
Oh
and
my
daughter
goodness.
duo. Right?
She wrote the nipple.
horrendous.
A mother and daughter duo wrote the nipply hoodie thing.
You know, I understand why the dad moved away now.
We don't know what happened to the dad. We know nothing about the
I'm pretty
father.
sure that was the dad.
Was he fed to tigers?
I'm pretty sure that boy
Is she Carol Baskin?
was.
I don't know.
Yeah, there you
She
go.
might
That's a
be Carol
bigger.
Baskin. We don't know.
Carol fucking Baskin.
Oh, they look like they're exceedingly fun at parties.
Don't they?
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Exceedingly
there's
fun
nothing
at parties.
like. At least it's not the full size thing.
Here, I'll pull up a full size.
Yeah, I just pulled it up on my
Because
phone.
they need to see a woman in her 60s dressed like a 18-year-old biker whore.
Yeah, the father is definitely present because you can tell the mom is tired of the daughter taking home all of the wins at the bar.
That's what they look like.
The daughter looks like her face caught on fire and someone tried to put it out with a pine cone.
That's racist.
There
What?
you go.
That's one way to put it. I was gonna say that the mom was just tired of losing at the bar to the daughter. So
But the daughter's not even that pretty. She's not even pretty.
Oh God.
They're also
Yeah,
Native
I was
American,
gonna say-
apparently.
Well, Kristen is. I don't know about
so
PC.
even if my roommate's Native American, so technically I'm allowed to say these things.
Oh no, don't say it. Don't say it if you're
Fine.
Oh, look, back when they were cute and innocent. And cute is relative, obviously.
the mom looks like a Karen. Yes, she does.
And back when they liked Tulsa.
Back when they liked Tulsa, yes. Now they don't like it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, because then they moved to Portland.
To
Okay,
the book.
the
Let's
book.
go. Okay, so G-Pod tells Tate that he's been declared dead. Anyways, so he goes back, finds hey, we're at the singing part. He goes back and finds Foster in the back pasture. She's fucking with air and it's making music. It's just not cool.
Okay, are we
wait,
ready for this?
The
We're ready
fucking
for
is
this.
making music, or
The air is
the
making
air
music.
is making music because of the fucking.
No, there's no sex.
Not yet.
I apologize to listeners.
Listen.
I didn't get the audio version, like
They did.
like
They did.
like they did. So
Oh, he didn't get to hear the narrative?
Yeah, I'm
No.
going to put it back.
Yeah, she's
But
gonna.
okay, does anyone remember how, like, the beginning of Rock and Robin actually sounds? I do. I'm not going to
Yes,
sing.
yes, yes.
But, yeah. You ready for that?
I actually enjoy that song. So
Foster was humming, and air
Oh,
was
shut
moving
up.
the wall of willow branches in
No,
time to her song.
I was talking to her.
What he could catch of the melody was familiar, and Tate was trying to place the song
Oh, I
when Foster
went back
started
too far.
trilling, "Tweetly, tweetly dee, tweetly dee dee,
it's like Siri reading it.
dee, tweetly dee dee." Tate's eyes widened, and he held his
Wait,
breath.
and then
Holy crap! Foster's singing a Jackson 5 song. As she got more and more into the song, Foster began to dance, making sliding steps left and right in time
I
to the
don't
words.
care.
Magically, magnificently, the boughs of the willows whispered the chorus with her.
Sorry.
Rockin' Robin, rock, rock. Rockin' Robin, blow rockin' Robin. 'Cause we're really gonna rock tonight. Foster
It's so cringy.
That's so horrible.
Rockin' Robin, rock.
Okay.
Rocking,
That's the audiobook
Rocking
narrator.
Robin. rock,
Okay,
rock.
learning advice from
rock,
Book Club with
rock.
Bay. If you're going to do audiobooks for your book, either don't include songs with the lyrics actually in it, or make sure your audiobook narrator can sing.
Yeah.
yeah, really, or that they don't read it like
That.
Microsoft Speech.
Yeah.
I don't understand why, like,
Tweetly, tweetly, tweetly dee. Tweetly dee.
Twiddly dee.
Tweedly deedly dee. Tweedly dee dee dee.
See, that would have been better because, it's the wrong melody, but at least she tried.
Yeah.
but like, why do people even include lyrics in their books? Like, what is up with that?
It's the cast. They live off of pop culture references.
Well, like, God, when they did Defying Gravity, it was like the narrator read it out. It's like,
Tried to
"Hey, goodbye. I am defying gravity." And it was like, what the fuck is this? Leave it out of here. Get it out.
It's slam poetry introduced into musical scores.
So then they
It's
start
not
dancing
Fire
together.
Check. It's a horrible narrator.
Yeah. They start dancing and it's supposed to be cute, but it's just disgusting and I really hate it because there's no character development here, there's no relationship development, and it doesn't make fucking sense.
They go from
but then
it goes from like
when they sing, they can control it better. Because
Yes, so that's what comes out of this.
which thank fuck. We're gonna have to deal with that now. Because the other thing is like it goes from Foster being an abusive like bitch to her being like, I think I want to suck his dick.
And then in this exact
Because that's how it usually goes.
in this scene also what does he say to her? He calls her a bitch again and she's like, oh well, it's just because I'm honest. You're just a misogynist because why is it that like when a woman's honest she's a bitch? And I'm like, it's not that, it's your delivery, and it's what you're like, it's your delivery. Like if a guy said things like that, we'd call him a dick.
Yeah, like
Right.
okay, here is two sentences with the exact same words in them. That outfit looks really bad on you. And then there's that outfit looks really bad on you. Like there's two different, like one's like hesitant, like I don't want to hurt your feelings, but you look like shit, and the other one's like, lol, you look like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other one's like, hey,
honest.
you're my friend and I can't let you leave the house like that because I love you and it's girl code, you know?
Yeah.
And the other one's like, you look like shit.
Yeah.
Difference. Anyway, the book.
The book.
So then he's like, well, I used to think you're pretty, and she gets all offended by this, and she's like, oh, well, what do you think now?
I think you're a twat.
Yeah, right. And then they mention Tulsa, and I'm like, oh, fucking course they do. And he's like, you know, I read books because they like reminisce on when they first met, even though it was only like 2 days ago. House of Night, anyone? And he's like, well, I read books, and he lists off a bunch of books, and she's like, wow, you know, I was wrong about you. And he's like, yeah, I wanted to be a doctor, and she's like, why didn't you tell me? And he's like, because you're a cunt. I don't know.
Which is fair.
Which is fair.
That was fair.
Yeah.
And then I'm assuming this is supposed to be bonding, and then she calls him an onion.
Yeah, like
Like an
okay.
ogre.
One thing
Yeah,
when
failures.
it's one thing when Truck's trying to, like, for lack of a better word, comes up with onion. It's another for the guy that you like to be like, you're like an onion because, you know, like you
You smell like shit.
first, but then you peel back the layer a bit and then there's more layers. That is
But it's just more bitch.
And then so he's officially confirmed into her, and he starts floating.
if you're trying to give the
You're a
person
Vidalia
a
onion,
compliment, if they have to ask, is that better than being a douche? What did he say?
I asked if I was an onion. He said I was a Vidalia onion. They're sweet onions. If that.
Hey, am I an onion?
In that you have layers, yes.
He said, in that I have layers, yes.
That you make my eyes burn.
That I make his eyes burn, no.
So, you know, like if the guy has to say, is that better than being a douche? It's not a good thing to say to a guy that you want to bang.
And so he starts floating, and Finn and his girlfriend, who we find out her name is Sabine, walk up.
Oh, I hate that name.
I do too.
I knew a girl that named that, and I hated her guts
Sabin.
with a passion.
Sabin.
So Sabin is here.
And so Foster tries to do her like little like.
Oh, and
mind
she's a purple streaked vegan.
Yes, she is.
A who?
A purple streaked
Purple
vegan.
streaked vegan. So like she's also black, and so her braids, some of them are purple.
Oh,
And
okay.
she's a vegan.
So is that like a racial comment? That's not like that sounds.
I
racist.
didn't realize she was black until
Yeah, it's the illustrations.
Okay.
And so Foster tries to do her like mind trick on them, and they're like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Yes,
ma'am.
It just occurred to me there were multiple characters in this book that we didn't realize they were black until something happened where I was like, they're black. So like instead of like, which is a change from House of Night, because it was like, oh look, Shawnee has come into the room. She's black, by the way.
Kermisha.
Pramisha. She's black, by the way.
She was.
Oh, look, Shawnee, the black twin is coming.
Yeah, like it was very obvious. Oh.
So I guess well done, ish.
Yeah.
Inside the star.
Improvement. Credit where credit is due. Some genuine improvement, although they could have signposted better, but at least it wasn't as offensive.
Yeah, no, their representations are a lot less offensive than they were in House
They're
of
less
Night.
offensive, but they're also like without the illustrations, you don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
I didn't know that Cora was black until she died.
Yeah, right. So they're offended, and Finn's like, we can keep a secret. Like, Cora told me some weird shit was gonna happen. Like, she trusted me to be here, you fucking bitch. And so Foster's like, I want to talk to Sabine. So she does, and they're like immediately best friends because
Sabine offered her word.
Yeah, offered her word and was like, oh, well, Cora helped me through my child dying. And while that is horrible, Foster's not seem like the person that would trust a person immediately just because of something like that.
Well, also, like,
Foster has a trust issue.
I also don't know if Foster is aware of this, although she should be. If you're lying, if you're wanting to get someone on your side, but you want to do the dodge on them, you know what you do? You lie and say, but the person you trusted me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if they were dishonest, they could easily say that Cora trusted them, regardless of whether or not she did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's this big ass thing about s'mores, and so Foster's like,
fucking
s'mores. And I'm like,
seriously, they have
I was like, don't bring s'mores into this.
Well, also, it's like, you were the biggest bitch in the world to Tate, but you meet the Sabine girl, and like for 2 minutes later, you're like, oh my gosh, let's make s'mores.
Yeah, makes sense, right?
Yeah, right. So it's like the next day we're with Sabine, and it's weird, and Sabine's like, Tate's hot, right? And Foster's like, yeah. Where did this come from?
Nowhere. Fucking
literally nowhere.
And we find out that she creeped on him coming out of the shower.
Yeah. I guess I noticed that maybe he's a little on the cute side. If a little cute means that last night I might have accidentally on purpose positioned myself to see him coming out of the bathroom right after I finished showering, then yes, he's definitely a little cute.
Yes. Pretty sure that's exactly out of the book.
Yeah, no, I just read
That's a quote.
And so Sabine's like, okay, we'll ask him on a double date with us to this place nearby that does like dancing on Fridays or whatever. And this is out of nowhere and done so poorly.
Oh, and we have our own version of tap, tap, tap. We have click, click. Click,
yes.
click, click.
Oh my God.
Click, 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 click.
And
Tate decides to wear over this is her outfit, a clean flannel over the sunflower yellow cotton dress with oversized granny panties that are leopard print.
What?
Yes.
I have no fucking words.
Yeah, and she's like, oh my God, what if he doesn't like me? Like, I bet if I came out in a leopard print bra and some like boy shorts that he wouldn't even give a shit. I'm like, this is a fucking book. Of course he's into you for some fucking reason, even though you're a bitch. And he gets home, he goes upstairs, and he's like, oh, you're wearing a dress? And then she, in her internal dialogue, is like, I want him to be my boyfriend. And I'm like, since fucking when? You hated him literally 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But then she's like, Sabine told me that there's a place down the road, because he's like, I'm supposed to be hanging out with Finn. And she's like, yeah, well, actually, Sabine mentioned a place down the road, and she was thinking maybe, and then he immediately goes to double date. Like, if that's what it was suggested, but like, you guys haven't really had a thing yet.
Yeah. And he's immediately like, I'm in. And she even thinks while they're on this date, this is a very inappropriate time to be doing romance.
Like, I wouldn't even have been phrasing this as a double date. It would be like a group
outing
thing. That if it happened to turn double datey, great. But if not,
fine.
At least we didn't all embarrass ourselves.
Yeah, and so they're dancing and stuff, and she's like, he's my Tate. And I'm like, when the fuck did this fucking...
It
And
didn't.
then,
Bullshit.
and then, in Oregon, wild tornado appears.
Which is the
Yeah.
last place a tornado would actually appear.
Yeah, they kiss and then a tornado shows up.
And so now they're kissing in a tornado.
As one
Yep,
does.
and I need to defeat the tornado. And they're like, how do we do this?
I wrote down what happens when they fuck. If this tornado shows up when they kiss, what's gonna happen when they have sex?
A small African village.
They just have to make sure that they sing Motown while they fuck. Obviously.
Oh, Rockin' Robin. Oh, Rockin'
Yeah, a small
Well,
African village just deprived of
yeah.
solar panels.
Well,
Uh-huh.
oh, fuck, fucking headphone. Give me a sec. It's that time of the stream again, guys.
So they're like, "Hey, mortals, go to this cellar that's just been conveniently announced over there." And he
Okay,
internally was like,
The only time we've successfully controlled air is when we were singing. Do you know, lady? Do you know "Luck Be a Lady"? And she's like, "Are you serious? Of course I know "Luck Be a Lady." So then they sing "Luck Be a Lady" and destroy the tornado.
and they thank the elements after.
Yes, they do.
Very outside of them.
Yeah, wait. Okay, that's when Tate, like, "Luck Be a Lady" tonight. Lucky if you've been a lady to begin with. That's when Tate heard it. The air around them quieted and stopped screaming in anger. Instead, it picked up the melody and began to wrap it around them. It's working, Foster. Don't look. Just sing and dance with me.
No fucking
And they
tornado.
sing and dance the tornado away.
They sing and dance the tornado away.
As one does.
And then he starts floating and his arm disappears,
Another direct quote. Now, air, sing with us.
which has the same energy as air.
Come to me.
He even finished it.
I'm so proud of you.
So proud.
He gets
Okay.
a pat on the head.
And so she floats up next to him and is like, "No, you're not disappearing." And then they make out and drift to the ground together, which there is an image for that. If anyone wants to fucking
Yes, please. Can you show it?
Oh, he's literally eating her face. Like, it's not even eating her face.
Oh, no. With his giant. Remember, Ashley, didn't you say that he was waiting to unhinge his jaw and just swallow her whole?
Oh,
Stop making noises.
Oh my god.
Can we also just address the fact that she doesn't have a panty line for granny panties?
Granny panties and nippless sweatshirts. There were.
That's book club with Bay.
That's the golden zone.
Like, he's literally eating her face.
That is. Where is her top lip?
Yes.
In his nose.
Wait. Okay, wait.
Back of his
Generally, okay. When people kiss, their lips either smoosh or one of the person's lips go slightly
That's
inside the other ones or whatever. They both have lips as the size of their heads. Both of their lips are gone.
Well, her like jaw. Okay, so come here. I need you. I need
Did they roll
you.
their lips in before they kissed?
Because her jaw. Okay,
We're not doing this.
No.
We're not doing
No.
it. No.
I need you though.
No.
Serious lip muscle
Fine.
going on, especially at the.
But
at
her
the
jaw
edge of
is
the
like.
lip.
I'm not getting paid for this.
That's
This is not the website you need to go on to see me do this.
Oh.
You'll have to go to-
OnlyFans?
Yeah, exactly. You have to go to
So her-
No, it's my free cams.
Her face.
Lol.
Her face is just like resting against his. Their lips are not connected.
Right. It's like
I don't know. Those crimp lines in there say some finger strength, edge of lip action going on there.
yeah.
Like some serious grip, even for
Not
the
gonna
side of
lie.
I think Christian's got the
That looks
got
like
the
a
idea.
distorted.
like. I think the side of her mouth could grip onto like a 1-inch ledge and hold her body weight. With that sort of creasing.
I mean, more than likely.
Probably.
So that's what that looks like, in
They-
case you want to
they-
know what it looks like when they make out.
They do all have
In case
the,
I'd never want to see anything like that ever again.
They do all
Um,
have the dick sucking lips, so you know there may be some hardy lips.
Everyone got DSO.
There may be some hardy lips.
Okay.
Wait, Faye, you need to pull the candy lips back out.
The what?
Candy lips.
I might.
I don't.
I might have to. You're right.
Okay. So afterwards, they're
Right
sitting
over
around-
there. Sorry.
Huh?
She doesn't know. She has no idea what we're talking about. Don't make that face at me.
So they're sitting around a fire pit with Sabine and Finn, and they're like, "What the actual fuck? You just sang at a tornado and it went away? Like, this is bullshit, guys." Which honestly,
that obviously makes a shit.
Well,
ton
how
of
did they even know that they were singing in a tornado?
they didn't go to the cellar. They watched the whole thing happen.
Yeah,
But it's a tornado. It's loud.
Yeah, you can't hear shit in a tornado.
Yeah, they were like, you serenaded a funnel cloud with the Sinatra song, and they're just like, not just any Sinatra song. It was "Luck Be a Lady." Excuse you.
I fucking hate this book.
You uncultured swine.
They seem so aware of the rest of the world around them. Maybe they thought that like talking and singing in a tornado is like talking to the back of a fan. It just gives you a robot voice.
Oh God. So Sabine is like, okay, so you're calming the elements because they're pissed, obviously, because of us being horrible in the environment. Which that's a whole theme of this book, is that humans are ruining the earth, and
the whole theme of this book is literally Captain Planet.
And I thought we'd already established that the emotions kind of like influence, or maybe it was in the evil parts that we did that. So, because who fucking knows? Because we have fucking bad people perspectives. And I also thought that they knew that other people caused the tornadoes.
Yeah,
I thought they already knew that as well, but I think that's just us knowing it because
I think it's like in House of Night where they realize stuff like 5 times in a book.
Yes,
probably. And now we call them the Fucktastic Four.
Because the core 4 sounds too friendly or something.
Yeah. And it's just as bad. They think that the other pairs will be drawn together, which we've already seen with Charlotte and Bastian. And he hasn't told Foster about his grandfather yet, which is just going to be a fight. But, we'll see. And Sabine is like, I'm a sophomore in college. I am a pre-med sophomore in college.
I'm a 19-year-old fucking college student.
No. And so they show Finn and Sabine Cora's files, so that way Sabine can do research at the university and watch weather patterns.
Because
the medical student that she is.
Yeah, because this makes sense.
Not even a med student yet. She's a pre-med student.
Yeah, like you're not.
Also, maybe she'll finish her doctorate like
unlike Grandpa.
like Dr. Rick did.
No, G-Paw. G-Paw was one who didn't finish. And also, as a sophomore pre-med student, you'd still be mostly taking core classes, so bite me.
Yeah, have fun in college algebra, bitch.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, also they establish here that they think Dr. Rick, like, he had a research lab on an island and it was abandoned after there was some toxic leak right after his fake death. And they're like, well, do you think maybe he's there? And she's like, no one's there. And they're like, that makes it the perfect hideout. And she's like, oh.
Yeah. So Sabine and Finn leave, and the main two make out again. And they say it's been a few weeks since this book started, but it's really only been a few days.
So we're back into House of Night territory.
Yes, we are. And then he thinks he hears his mother whisper to him. Tate does. Yes.
Question. This just occurred to me. How did he manage to get each pair born on the same day?
Good fucking question.
Yes.
It was the
in different states.
It was the molecules.
It was the oxygen.
So he set like the oven timer, and it was like ding, time to go.
Yes.
What did he put in the fire and earth people? With that logic, what did he put in the fire and earth people?
We might have to wait till next book till we have the whole disaster squad there.
Scissors and rock, dot by paper.
Jesus Christ. So now we're with Eve. They found Tate's grandfather. Apparently he's hard to find because he keeps everything under wraps. And then
they're tracking fire people.
Yeah, they're tracking Charlotte and Bastian as well. And Mark is like, for fuck's sake, like, this is stupid. We shouldn't let people die. And everyone else is like, I don't give a fuck. We need to live, whatever.
Yeah, no, the funniest part in this entire scene, right, was because they're like, effectively, they end up finding out, that's the scene where they find out what the actual quote-unquote cure is, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they find out that the cure isn't actually a cure. It's just, no, they're going to do the element stuff, and they're going to suck away all the bad stuff from you guys.
Yeah. It's just the kids are going to be in charge of the elements, and the adults can fuck off and do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
So it's just replacing them.
But they're going to they're going to make the kids do stuff, right?
For money
to people, right? And so the brothers are all a little bit unconvinced. And then it's, with all the money the world will be forced to pay us, you can buy your yacht and live on the ocean like you've dreamed since you were a little kid. And Mark was like, I don't know. And then she's like, and Luke can live on Hawaii surrounded by volcanoes. And Luke orgasms and screams, yes, Father, yes.
Yes, he does.
Like the audiobook version of it, I'm not finding it. But
No.
It literally sounded like mid-orgasm while screaming, yes, Father, yes.
And Eve in her head is just like, I just want to be free of Rex, so like fuck them kids, essentially. Then we're with Charlotte's perspective. And again, they don't understand how college works because no first class of the semester in your first semester of college would be held outside of a classroom.
And it definitely would not be held not only outside the classroom, on a fucking boat.
No, it would never happen. It would never, ever happen. Not even, I don't even think in higher level classes would it actually happen. More likely.
Stuff like that seems more like you going into your grad degree.
Yeah, it's definitely more likely there. And so she's super excited that her class is at the ocean today. It's her first class of this semester. And I'm like, it's your first semester in college. You wouldn't even be taking anything higher up in your major that would allow this to happen. Whatever. So she gets to the beach and class has been moved back to the university because the ocean is wild. She hears singing. She sees Bastien and then he starts speaking in French randomly. It's fine. And she's drawn to him and she's like, wait, no, I'm a tranny. He'd never be into me. And then we're in Bastien's point of view and we get preached about climate change again. And he's into Charlotte but she left. And he has daddy issues. That's all we really
Daddy cheated on mommy and
daddy cheated on mommy.
She was a kept woman, so she's like, I guess I'll stay, but she sucked.
Yeah. And then he talks to a shark.
Yes.
It's all very stupid. And then we're with Foster again. We're on chapter 22, guys. We're doing good. We're getting there.
And then he prays on the water, asking the water, tell me how to wash clean of my father in French.
Yeah. So Foster wakes up and she's like, okay, well, she is now best friends with Sabine. It's like it's a day later. So this book is taking place over like 4 days.
Yeah, and she's mad at the chickens because they woke her up.
Yes, and she's going to go get eggs, and Sabine shows up with an iPad and a weather report.
If it wasn't okay, I would tell you.
Her way of trying to
get
eggs,
a good idea, I would tell you.
Her way to try and get the eggs was, hi, hello, hi. Sorry, ma'am. Sorry. I can see you're sitting on something I need, but say that's why you're here, so I can have your eggs. I mean, blah, blah, blah. I promise I will sit on the egg for you so you can have a break. That's the only reason I want your egg.
Yeah, it's stupid as shit. But there is a hurricane heading towards where not only the two water people are, but where G-Paul.
Because they all in Galveston, Texas.
Yes.
The most liberal of places.
Which, hang on, I want to Google something.
Where no one would ever look twice at someone who was trans. Like, we also got a whole freaking scene about Charlotte freaking out over what bathing suit to wear on the boat.
Yeah, that was that last.
Yeah.
Where is... So, the university she's apparently studying at, Texas A&M, is... So Galveston is down by Houston. Texas A&M is up at College Station. She's not even...
Oh,
she near the water?
No, she's not. She's at least an hour away from the water.
Okay.
Wait, there's also a. I'll bring this up when this scene comes up, but we'll carry on with the Eve scene now.
Yes. First though, Kate is like, Foster, I have to tell you something about my grandfather.
Oh, that's right.
So
Yeah.
off screen, he tells her that he's been talking to him.
Thank goodness it was off screen.
Yeah, I know, right? So Eve, they're stalking Grandpa. They're like, we just want to talk to him. So they just keep stalking him, and then they get to his gate, and they're like, we're with the FBI. It's about your grandson. And so he lets him in. And he's being a good actor at first. And like he's like, no, my grandson's dead. Like I buried him. Fuck off and die. But then his phone rings, and Eve answers the phone, and it's Tate. Freaking out. He's like, will you just tell Foster that everything's fine, that you're chill? And Eve's like, you're gonna come get your granddaddy right now, bitch.
Yeah. And G-Pa tries to like crash tackle, be like, no, don't come for me. And then they crash tackle the 79-year-old man who has literally 0 injuries afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's fine.
Because 3 guys in their mid-30s can totally beat the shit out of a 79-year-old man and not cause any damage.
Right? Right? Okay.
So it's Tate. They're going. They tell Sabine and Finn that if they're MIA in a week, take everything to the FBI. So they fly to Houston. She hates flying, and he's like, "Sorry, I told Grandpa." And Foster's actually decent about it, and is like, "No, it's both of our faults. Like, I should have told you to just get your grandpa here. I shouldn't have been a bitch about it, etc., etc." She does apologize for being a bitch.
Good for her.
Character development.
Yeah, that's character development right there. So they're okay. They kiss, and it's gross. Yes.
Sorry, I just found the illustration of the phone call scene.
It's so bad.
That was all.
So the plan is he's going to go into the house alone, and then they're going to fly to Portland, and it doesn't matter because the plan doesn't actually happen.
No. Another thing where they like wrote scenes and then forgot they wrote them and did something else.
Yeah, right. And they're like, and Tate's like, okay, well, what about the other kids that are there? And she's like, well, who cares? They'll figure it out for themselves. And he's like, no, you don't get it. If we have them, we have a better chance of beating the fucktastic 4.
At least it's not the core 4 anymore.
Yeah, right. So they are fixing to land, but there's a lot of turbulence. So she's flipping her fucking shit. And he's like, we can fix this. We can fix this. And so they sing.
Yeah, they get up in the aisle and do a song and dance. They
do not.
They do.
Yeah, in the middle of a crashing plane, because the plane's literally crashing because the turbulence is that bad. So they get up and sing Michael Bublé, I'm Feeling Good.
Oh.
And they dance down the aisle.
Fall Out Boys, Sugar We're Going Down Swinging would be a much better fitting rock ballad.
That's actually pretty fair, Christian. I'm gonna agree with you on that.
I actually agree with that.
I
as well.
agree too.
Yo.
The council agrees. Huzzah.
The chorus line is, we're going down, down, and we're running around.
Sugar, we are going down swinging.
And then
fuck, that would have been so good. I would have forgiven this whole scene.
I would have to if that was the song they had sung. Because if they were like, all right, we're forced to sing to control weather. This is a situation. Let's do this.
We should write a spoof version of this book where they do that.
We should.
But then the scene ends with, holy shit, where the disasters.
Spelled with an I, by the way.
You're
spelled
the
correctly.
Disasters. Thank you, Chuck.
Where the Y is, you see it's die.
Oh.
So yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, like they literally, like the flight attendant's like, what the fuck? And he's literally just like, oh, I figured if we were going to crash, we might as well put on a bit of a show for everyone before we died.
Fuck this, dude. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost there, ladies and gents.
What's the Deepa now?
We got this.
4 more chapters. Okay, so it's conversation. It's for Grandpa, and there's conversation.
G-Paw.
G-Paw. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. They tell them. So it's fucking the villains tell G-Paw who they are, what their abilities are,
Yeah,
and
they're blonde villains.
which is the stupidest goddamn thing.
Actually, they're worse than Bond villains because at least they do their like evil, like this was my evil plan all along monologue thing as they're about to kill the person, whereas they're like, we're going to sit and wait for a while longer. But here's our plan.
So he pretends to get drunk and pass out so he can hear them talk about the other kids and their plans, especially about grabbing Charlotte and Bastian. And then the next morning, Eve and Mark make him breakfast, and they're really nice to him, which is very weird. And so he's acting like a little feeble old man. He's like, I need to take my dog out to take a shit, guys. Can I go outside with my dog? And so they eventually let him go take his dog out to take a doo.
And tell him to leave the dog in the garage.
Like, leave the dog outside. And I'm like, that's so cruel. What the fuck? There is actually like mention of animal abuse in this book, and I was like, that's so fucked up. Okay, whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, like he agrees to the garage, thinks it actually suits his purposes.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, sure. So he's walking out, holding on to, because it's an Irish Wolfhound, so it's a big dog. So he's holding on to the dog with one hand. He's got his little walking cane in the other hand, and he's like hobbling across the yard. And then he tells his entire plan to his dog.
Yeah, he's like, let me tell you the story about how I'm a football player, doggo, and then we're gonna fucking yeet. So he
Exposition.
Yes, right. So he just sprints. Which I have. Hang on, I have the image of him sprinting.
Oh, this image is amazing.
Did I send this to you guys?
I saw it.
Oh no, I didn't screenshot him sprinting.
Okay, it's okay. I've got it up.
You got this. Which is so funny.
He looks so chuffed.
Look.
Wait, I'll see if I can make it look any bigger at all.
I don't
No.
think you can.
But look.
He should be running slowly, like in slow motion, like da 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 da. Da, 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 da.
Chariots of fire. Yeah, chariots of fire.
Yeah.
But that look on his face as well is just like
He's so smug, and I love it.
He's very, yeah. G-Paw slayed in that scene. So we're with Charlotte, and her mom calls her and is a bitch to her and is like, "You're my son, me," and she's like, "You're ruining my birthday, mom." And they fight, and she just hangs up. And
oh yeah. Also, we also have to mention that Mother is a member of the Daughters of the United Daughters of the Confederacy. That gets mentioned in this book.
Yeah.
Because South bad.
Yes.
South bad. Also, another point that PC and Kristen Cass don't know fucking shit about the college system. She doesn't live in a dorm. She lives in an apartment. No freshman. I don't know of any college that does not require you to live, like any major college, especially like Texas A&M, that does not require you to live on campus your freshman year.
Right.
None of them.
I actually had that thought too. And the thing is, again, I've never been in your continent, and I know this shit.
Yeah.
Want to know how? Because I Google stuff.
You mean you have a brain, Mara?
UNG requires you for 2 years. UGA requires you for 1 year. Tech requires you for 1 year. Like everywhere in Georgia requires you
Yeah.
for 2 years.
Some places do require you for 2 years.
So
pretty much the only ones that you're almost guaranteed to not have to is community.
Yeah, because they don't have housing.
Yeah.
So she's like going for a swim in the middle of a fucking tropical storm, and now we're with Mark, and Eve is like, "Mark, the G-Paw has been gone for like half an hour. Where the fuck is he?" And they discover that he's yoded. And Mark in his internal dialogue is like, "I don't even recognize Eve anymore."
She's turning into father.
Yeah, she's turning into father. And then we're in Eve's perspective for chapter 28,
And
she's
while he's
like,
running after the old man, though, he starts sobbing at the thought.
yeah. And she's like, I don't recognize Mark anymore. Like, I don't know. They have weird sexual tension and I don't get it.
Yeah, he used to be my teddy bear, and now he's just not making me feel better anymore.
Yeah. So we find Grandpa talking to the water kids, and they're like, "We're gonna kill the dog."
Because obviously.
They're like, "We're gonna light the dog on fire."
Right.
That's their plan.
Even this illustration of even Mark has sexual tension.
Oh yes, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
That's so weird.
Doesn't it?
They're supposed to be
They're
brother
supposed to
and
be
sister.
siblings. Those are siblings. How does that
Would
make you feel?
hold your sister's hand like this and stare longingly
Violent.
into her eyes?
Would you
It
go
makes
for
me
it?
feel violent. That's how it makes me feel.
I'll make it bigger. Oh God,
No.
he would
No.
not do that to his sister.
No, because I grew up with my sister.
And they grew up together.
That's too big,
well,
isn't it?
I grew up in the real world with my sister.
Even taking into account that they're not biologically related, if someone's raised as your sibling, it's fucking weird.
Yes.
It's
And,
Yeah.
still in most places, if not all places, still illegal.
Yeah. If you're legally siblings.
Tell that to West Virginia.
Mama.
Country roads.
West
Take me home to the place where I belong.
I belong.
I love that song. That's such a meme song, and I love it.
Fallout
Okay,
76 trailer.
Yeah, so they set the dog on fire.
But then we go to
As one
Bastian's.
does.
But then we go to Bastian's perspective in the middle of all this, and the boss is calling him and Dickie, and they're like, "You can't surf in this weather," and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not going to, bye." And so he runs into Charlotte in the water, and he's like, "Yeah, you shouldn't be here," and he's like French talking to her and stuff like that. And this is where we run into Grandpa and Dog, and the bad guys show up, but we already saw this happen, so it's stupid. And then we're Charlotte's perspective, and then there's confrontation happening.
Yep.
And then
Yeah,
we have exposition around 18.
Yeah, so Charlotte is like, don't like, water needs to get the fire off the thing, and then the water gets the fire off the dog.
Yes.
It puts the lotion on the skin.
Yes.
And then they
so
just
then-
have to swim away.
No, well they do, but then the fucktastic four are like, "Come with us," and Charlotte and Bastian are like, "Fuck no, you lit a dog on fire, you fucking sociopaths."
And then we just hear screaming over the hill, "Get the fuck away from my Jeepa, you dickhead!" And Wild Tate appears.
Chapter 30, guys, we did it!
Yay! We did it.
So
Only took us
Now we're going back in time a minute.
yeah, so we're going back in time.
because
But
why?
I wrote down, I don't care what's happening. It's happened before last chapter starts, so I'm not reading it. So I didn't even read it. But then we're with Foster, and Grandpa and the dog get next to Tate and Foster, and then there's just confrontation. Foster gets pissed off. And then I have to get close to the camera for this. Love. Always.
They
Always
Kelowna banish
love.
They Kelowna banish him.
They Kelowna banish him. If you watch our House of Night streams, you know what that means. They go, we love each other. Tate,
they
I
were
love
all
you. Foster, I love you.
and freaking
So after 4 to 5 days, they're in love, by the way. Just want to say that. This is the most Stark and Zoe bullshit I've ever seen in my fucking life.
we get I love being a girl. I love liberty. I love my grandma Murdy. I love strawberries.
And then he looks at,
I love my mother Makora. Now let's make them fly. And then they banish them with love.
yeah, and
They
then
defeat him with love.
They do not actually do
They
that.
do.
No, they do.
Love.
This is actually-
Always love.
That was
Always. Do you have this picture, or do I need to bring it up?
Yes, bring it up, please.
yes.
somebody.
I didn't screenshot this one.
Care Bear
and-
stare.
Yeah, literally.
The Care Bear
And
stare.
So they talk
Isn't
to
it?
the
Is it not?
It is.
they talk to the water bitches, and the water bitches are going to go to Savi Island with them. And that's the end of the book. So is G-Paw. G-Paw's coming with us as well. That's it.
Yep. And I guess the dog too.
Yeah, of course the dog. We can't leave
Your
the dog.
little dog too. So the
And that's
Care
it.
Bear stared at him, and then that was that.
And then the end for now in true cast fashion.
I swear to fucking God, I was so triggered by that.
Yeah. But, you know, when I got, like, honestly, I was never more angry at time zones than when I read the Kelowna Banish.
I know, because you texted
I'm
us
like, I
in
need
the
you
middle
guys
of the
to
night.
use me.
That's what I woke up to. Is I woke up and I was like, "There's like 60 notifications from them too." Okay, let's just scroll up for a minute.
Yeah, I had invisible ink the Kelowna Banish message. I'm like, just in case they want to be surprised.
So I read that and I thought that you meant that Foster was going to Kelowna banish Tate, like Nick's Kelowna banish Tate. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? But they didn't.
That
Thank
would've been
God.
So, when they all hold hands in a circle and bless Kelowna, and he's like, my blessings, and flies away.
My blessings.
Is that not what happens?
It is what happens. Exactly what happens.
God. So that's that book, by the way. It took us only 4 hours to talk about it.
Holy shit, it did.
It took us too long to talk about this book.
You're
So
welcome.
What happens in the book is that, yeah, it's mostly the boys, I feel like.
next week we're gonna be talking about the last book in the Shifter series, and we're gonna be starting the Vampire Diaries.
Yes, we will be.
Are we just doing one book, or are we going to double up?
How short are they?
I don't have the ebooks yet.
Physically about that thick.
We'll do one.
We'll do one. We'll try out one. See how it goes.
Yeah, we'll try it one, see how it goes.
Yeah,
So we're gonna do.
I need to talk to you about stuff after stream as well.
Okay. So
So let's end it.
that's what we're gonna do.
Happy birthday again, TJ.
Yes, happy
Thank
birthday.
you.
You got to talk about the disasters for
I did.
4
And it was
hours.
fun. We had fun.
We have fun here.
We have fun here. So we will talk about. We'll finish up another series next week, and then we'll start the Vampire Diaries. And yeah, so we will see you guys then. Bye, guys.